coming.
Hey! Good morning, everybody. Hello, it's Thursday, November the 14th, and we are up in ya. What?
We are all up in you, St. Louis. Did you hear us knocking?
Up in ya. That's right.
That's cool.
Welcome. We got an early guest today. Ben Bailey's going to be here in less than an hour.
Cool.
Six-timer.
Oh, yes, I need to get the Viking helmet.
Oh, yeah, don't forget.
I won't.
Don't forget. Now, should we crown him as soon as he comes in, or?
We should present later. Let him get a little rested. Let him know what's going on.
I think it'd be great if the whole time he's on camera wearing a Viking helmet.
This thing's heavy as hell and possibly will not fit his
Heavy as
head.
the crown.
If anyone looks like he could be an actual Viking, that
hurts
dude.
your face.
He's like 6'6", ripped.
Yeah.
You know, he's just kind of.
He's a big.
He's
got a presence.
He does have a presence. Yeah, I love the story he told last time he was here of him physically removing a heckler from his show.
Yeah, I bet.
Turned me on. I'd say that.
Very
Statistically,
aroused.
he for sure gets heckled fewer times than others.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of getting physical,
Yeah.
tomorrow's the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight,
Yeah, I know.
and I don't know. Since it was postponed, it was supposed to be in the summer.
Right.
What was it, June or July?
It lost a lot of gas.
For me personally, I was very excited about it.
Me too.
Now I'm starting to build the excitement again. Like I watched yesterday a 38-minute compilation of all 44 of Mike Tyson knockouts.
38 minutes?
Yes.
You watch every round?
No, it was just a compilation of him knocking the people out. But they were like, they'd show like, 45 seconds to a minute leading up to the knockouts. And it was great. I got pumped. I got pumped up a little for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was in the car. I was driving my son and his buddies to hockey practice yesterday, and here's a generational divide.
He spent 45 seconds watching all the Jake Paul knockouts.
Yes. I said, hey, fellas, hey, youngsters. Now, I mean, we're talking, 3 15-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody excited about the fight tomorrow? Silence. Okay. Hey, fellas, who do you think's going to win? Consensus, Jake Paul. Like, by far. They think Mike Tyson's an old guy. Yo, he's elderly.
He is.
He is.
They're not wrong.
Quote, yo, he's like what, like 65, 70 years old? Yo, he's elderly. Jake Paul's going to knock his head off. I go, fellas, I beg to differ. Mike Tyson's going to kick his ass.
You're buying into the hype, huh?
I'm buying into
You're
the
on
hype.
the hype train.
I am. Well, you know what I watched? I watched this little Instagram clip of Mike Tyson. I guess he was watching Jake Paul do a post-fight interview.
Yeah. I think I saw this clip.
And,
Nothing.
man, this is cold, man.
Yeah.
The message from Mike Tyson to Jake Paul, one of the coldest I've ever heard.
Final thing, I presume that Mike Tyson is watching this right now. Is there anything you want to say to him?
Mike, I love you, but this is my sport now. It's an honor to get in the ring with you. I'm so honored you're a legend, but I'm going to take your throne, brother.
There's a fundamental difference between me and Jake. He's a manufactured killer. Television and paper made him a killer. He's manufactured. I'm a natural born killer.
Woo!
Dang.
I'm a natural
Jake Paul
born
gonna
killer.
Listen,
Hey, at least they're both
Ooh, he's a
branded similar.
manufactured killer.
I was biting people's ears off when Jake Paul was in diapers.
At least they're both branded similarly. Because
I'm a natural born
as
killer.
soon as they put the mic over in Jake's face, he goes. Yeah. Did you hear him like chuckle?
Oh no! Listen to this. Listen to the Mike Tyson sneer when he's like, "Ugh."
Final thing, I presume that Mike Tyson is watching this right now. Is there anything you want to say to him?
Mike, I love you. But this is my sport now. It's an honor to get in the ring with you.
Listen to
I'm
Tyson.
so honored you're a legend, but I'm going to take your throne, brother.
There's a fundamental difference between me and Jake. He's a manufactured killer. Television and paper made him a killer. He's manufactured. I'm a natural born killer.
I mean, you guys have seen that meme going around from every 45-year-old guy, right? That's like
What?
that they're just going to watch because they just want to see Tyson take Paul's head off. You know, like that. All these older guys just want to see the young dude get his ass kicked.
I do.
I don't think it's.
I do.
And then
What's wrong
and
with
then
that?
all the kids want to see the elderly guy
Yeah.
get killed in the ring.
This is truly a generational fight.
That's what they want. Jackson out in the hallway that was like, you know, in your 50s, because Tyson's in his 50s, right? Not 60s.
He's
Yeah,
59.
50, yeah,
Oh, my
50.
gosh, really?
Is he 59 or
Oh,
57?
he's almost 60 years old.
I believe he's 59 years old. I think he's pushing 60.
Well, Jackson in the hallway was like, man, when you're in your 50s and 60s, you're not supposed to be built for combat. Like, he's supposed to lose this. Like,
He's 58.
This is not supposed to be good for him.
Pardon me, he's 58.
58 years young.
Did you see the $100,000 ear protector that Jake Paul was wearing?
Yeah, what was that about?
Diamond encrusted ear protector, so it's just, you know, part of the game,
Part of the thing.
part of the thing. It's a spectacle.
Made by Mortz Roish.
Yeah.
So I was talking about the fight with the kids yesterday, and I was, I was getting amped up. I was excited. And then one of the kids in the back goes, it's not like the Stanley Cup, bro.
What's that mean?
Like, why are you getting so excited about it?
Well, they're hockey kids.
I know they're hockey kids, but first of all, he called me bro, which I was not.
Get the hell out of my
cool,
house.
man. Get the hell out of my
We
car.
pass around the Stanley Cup every year. This only happens every once
It's
in a
not
while.
like the Stanley Cup Finals, bro. Whoa.
Yeah, this will be exciting to watch.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Burn. Hockey burn. Take
Get
that,
out.
kids.
Got him.
Take that, kiddos.
Get out of my car. Yeah, the youngsters are all in the Jake Paul camp. Mm-hmm. The old fogies are all about Mike Tyson.
I haven't asked my kids. I'm
Dude, there's
curious, but I'm sure I know the answer.
so much hype around it. And someone shared, I mean, I've seen, there was like a video where he gave Mike Tyson a pigeon because Mike Tyson keeps pigeons.
Yes.
He's like, this is an expensive
He keeps pigeons, like Home Alone 2.
Oh, he's
For real?
famous.
Yeah.
He's a
Pigeon
very
keeper?
Oh yeah, he does pigeon racing.
I swear that was like the first soft thing that we
Now I'm
learned
interested.
after he was out of jail and kind of back in public again. I'm pretty sure that's the first thing the public learned about Mike Tyson. The first soft thing we learned is like, did you know that Mike Tyson likes pigeons? He's got pet pigeons. That was the, oh yeah, okay, yeah, Mike Tyson, who went to jail for this and now is back out of jail.
Yeah, with the face tattoo.
Well, this is before the face tattoo. The pigeon thing was the first thing that we knew about Mike Tyson, other than him wanting to kill people in the ring.
Yeah, he's all into it. And there's a Netflix documentary. It's because the fight's on Netflix, so they're doing all the stuff leading up to the fight. And yeah, they are milking it, which understandable. But they show him and his pigeons on the roof of his apartment, and he's all about it.
Really?
That's awesome.
He gives him a pigeon in this video, and he's like, this is a $7,000, I don't know, some expensive bred pigeon. And Mike Tyson pulls it out and looks at it, and he's just like, this is it's fine. It's not a purebred pigeon. It's fine. It's fine. He goes, I'm going to feed this to my falcon. And he goes, what? And he goes, I'm going to feed this to my falcon. And he's like, you got a falcon? He goes, yeah. He's going to eat this pigeon. It's like, I'm going to eat you. And I'm like, all right, Mike. It seems like they're hyping it up like he's in kill mode. Like, there's a Roy Jones Jr. interview that's hilarious about when they had an exhibition fight, and he's like, hey, man, Mike only knows how to fight one way. And he's like, I prepped for the fight because I knew. He's like, if he tries to throw down, I had to be ready to throw down. He's like, it's supposed to be a fun exhibition. He goes, as soon as he hit me the first time, all the air left my lungs. And I was like, Mike, what are you doing, man? And he's like, I'm telling you, he's like, this dude only has one speed, and it's kill mode. He doesn't have. And they're hyping it up.
I hope and I pray this is not one of these.
I think it's going to be
It's
fun.
fixed. They're not going 100%.
Man,
What was the last match that we watched? It was so boring.
Oh, it was Mayweather and McGregor.
Ah, yes.
Was that the one that was so boring?
That was when we were at my house for that one.
Didn't Floyd Mayweather win that one?
Yeah. I think Floyd Mayweather toyed with him for 5 or 6 rounds.
Oh, that's right. He was just kind of.
Mayweather fought Logan Paul, too.
Oh,
maybe
that
that's
one too.
the
Yeah,
that's
that was
the one.
ridiculous.
And I mean,
That's the one I'm thinking.
guy
of.
outweighs him by like 8 weight classes, and he just went in there and he understood the assignment.
Collect the money.
$30 million, collect the bag, don't get hit. Mayweather's not a knockout guy anyway.
He's a dancer.
But that's the one where they say he really did knock Logan Paul out,
and they
held
propped him up. Yeah, he knocked him out, just let him know he could, and then
That's
helped
right.
him back up.
That's what it was. That was the boring one.
Maybe that was it, yeah.
When I'm in your house, it's never boring.
That one got Logan Paul into wrestling. That's when he moved over.
Yeah,
into
that's what. Yeah,
the WWE.
the brother
Hurts
fought
less.
Mayweather.
Here's the thing, dude.
The clean shaving.
The minute Jake Paul gets knocked out, the minute Mike Tyson takes his head off and he gets leveled, the money stops. All
For
these,
Jake Paul?
just for everybody, because everybody who fights him is getting the bag too. Mike Tyson's getting $20 or $30 million for this fight.
Yeah, because it's Jake Paul's production.
Because as long as Jake Paul has the appearance of, hey, maybe this kid's for real, as long as that lingering thought is out there, because he beat, what's the guy who fell down and he had dude wipes on his ass, which was so appropriate?
He had dude wipes on his
The
ass.
guy from St. Louis, the
Oh,
UFC
Tyrone
fighter.
Woodley.
Tyrone Woodley.
Oh, like
knocked-
sponsored ass?
yeah, his ass was sponsored by dude
that's
wipes,
funny.
and he like literally was face planted with his ass up in the air. And I go, man, that felt like too good a product placement.
Logo's out.
Yeah, dude, he goes face down, ass up, dude wipes, sponsored by dude wipes.
You saying the fix was in?
I think the fix has been in, and I think it remains in. Now, whether Tyson will, this could be like Snatch, where
Like the Brad Pitt
somebody forgot.
character?
Yeah, he's the Brad Pitt character. Somebody forgot to tell Mike the fix was in, which I hope is true. I hope in my heart and
Dude.
soul is true.
I feel like he's such a wired boxer that even if he goes into it,
I forgot.
yeah, exactly. Like,
Hey,
oh
Jake,
man,
sorry about that. I forgot I was supposed to not hit you in the face.
what
that
have I
hard.
done?
I hope so.
So is this
Yeah, he's like Lenny from Of Mice and Men. He's
Yeah, like he just
Jake Paul.
clicks over. Like he probably fully knows the fix is in, and as soon as he goes through the rope and hears the ding, it's just
Yeah, something goes off.
yeah. It's like somebody has the Malaysian Prime Minister thing from Zoolander,
Yeah.
and they play a certain song, and he's
Watch
He's
the Roy
controlled.
Jones interview. It's a short clip. I don't know where.
Yeah,
where
after
it's at.
watching those all those knockouts, in 99% of them, when Tyson would knock somebody out, he'd go running over and try to help him up.
really?
And hug him immediately.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
there's kind of a sweetness.
Like, I don't want to kill you, but
Really?
I will for people's
Yeah.
enjoyment.
I didn't know that. Don't tell me that.
Oh, yeah, he'd run over, and I mean, he was vicious.
I wonder if he gives good hugs, because he's so vicious
Yeah.
and he kicks the crap out of you, but maybe on the other spectrum of that, best hug giver of all time,
I would imagine.
Jake's getting $40 million, Tyson's getting $20 million.
So is this fight, if it does go cheesy and it's not that great, is it going to hinder the popularity of boxing?
I think
boxing's already
boxing's
hurt.
already on its out.
I know, but I mean,
way
like,
out,
is this the
unfortunately.
nail in the coffin kind of thing?
UFC is the thing.
Yeah, but I think this could also help boxing
It could.
return if it's done right.
Maybe, but like that's the thing, dude. Like,
Do you know who the champ is now? Like, who's the heavyweight champ?
oh, the dude.
Bob, Jim.
Man, I used to be really into boxing. My dad was into it, big time, and by association, he'd always have the Saturday night fights on. He was always get them pay-per-view fights on. We'd always go somewhere for the pay-per-views.
Do we know the name?
Boxing was I couldn't tell you.
Have we heard the name?
Probably, but I don't know.
There was this dude, this British guy that was in Jake Paul's weight class that he unified the belts at like the cruiserweight division. I'm like, if he fights that guy, he's toast. He fights a guy his age, in their 20s, in their prime. I mean, Tyson Fury's kind of a bum.
Okay, it
He's
says-
on his way up, but he's not
Remember
like a great
Jake Paul
fighter.
fought
And he
his
lost that
brother.
fight. Huh?
Didn't he fight his brother?
In like a sparring thing?
No, I thought it was an actual fight.
Yeah. Not Tyson
Tommy
Fury.
Fury.
Tommy Fury.
I
I'm
was-
sorry. Tyson Fury's a killer, but
Tommy Fury, the brother.
Tommy Fury was, I think he was like a 500 fighter. He'd kick my ass, I'm sure, but I'm saying like he lost that fight. Like if he fights anyone that's not suffering early osteoporosis, he's not doing
I mean, I just remember the early days of, Tyson and Holyfield and Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns and Riddick Bowe. And, man, it was cool.
Joe Louis.
Nope, that was
Oh.
way too early.
I was close with Jim. It says that the current heavyweight champion is Oleksandr Usyk.
Yeah, I mean,
Is
that
that
sounds
common
familiar.
spelling?
Yeah, common spelling.
That sounds familiar, but
It does say that Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk are the current heavyweight champions in different sanctioning bodies.
yeah, so WBC.
Fury defends
IBF.
WBC and the ring titles against Deontay Wilder July 24th. I guess that already happened. Yeah, I guess
Well-
this stuff only changes hands every couple of years, eh?
Listen, we shall see, but the youth of the nation,
We
Oh,
are,
Camp
we
POD.
are.
Yeah,
Camp
we are,
Jake
we are.
Paul.
They showed a video too of like Jake Paul at 15, and he was sucking his lips up into a glass cup and going, "I got a burrito, I got a burrito, I got a burrito, you got a burrito," doing like dumb 15-year-old stuff. And they showed Mike Tyson at 15, and he was
Up in the
knocking
Catskills training with Cus D'Amato.
Yes, training with Gus D'Amato and like knocking people out left and right. And I
Yeah,
was
robbing people.
yeah.
Oh, here it is.
You must have seen that Netflix video thing too, where they brought Tyson back to his old neighborhood, and a guy came up and said, "Hey, Mike, you robbed me when I was, when you were 14 years old. You strong arm robbed me."
You're welcome.
Hey,
That's cool.
Thank you, man.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it says in May of 2024, Oleksandr Usyk beats Tyson Fury to become the undisputed heavyweight boxing champion.
Well, again, yesterday there was the moment in the car where, first of all, the kid broed me,
Yeah.
and
you got broke by a friend? Oh, man.
Do you
My friend
remind
of
her
my
your
son.
coach?
Eek.
and you know what's funny? So I picked the boy back up.
Did you go full Ralph?
I picked the boy back up later that evening, and he said to me, he goes, "I'm surprised you let that go."
That's what I'm saying, man. My dad, like, Ralph, like, would not accept a dude. If I was like, "Hey, dude," he'd be like, "Do not call me dude." It was like an instant, like, burp. Conversation has halted.
Yeah.
We need to handle this, this duding before it goes any further.
Maybe it was because I was kind of arguing for Mike Tyson, and I was like, "Man, your boy caught me slipping."
What?
Bro caught me slipping. Bro caught me slipping.
Your buddy caught me slipping. My son was shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you let it
He
slide.
was shy. I let it slide.
Hey, you're
Can't
cool,
believe
Dad. You know, that's all
I
that
try to
means.
be
Dude,
cool
that's
down in the
awesome.
car. You know,
You're
I try to
listening
put
to
on.
Rage. You're telling these kids about the early aughts. I mean, what do you expect, dude? They're trying to be cool too. They
He's
think they can
old,
bro
bro.
out. Yeah.
He's old.
Show some authority.
Yeah.
Go full Ralph. What are you doing? You stop
was,
that right there. Hey, I'm not your bro.
There was
coach.
another video, albeit could be staged as part of the hype machine, but they had Logan Paul hooked up to a lie detector. And Jake asking him questions. And he's like, got a few like baseline truths. And then he goes, "Do you think I could beat Mike Tyson?" And his brother goes, "Hell yeah." Like, and he goes, "Oh, man, that's messed up." And he goes, "Well, do you think you can beat Mike Tyson?" And he's like, "Hell yeah." And he goes, "Well, then let me hook you up." And they hooked Jake Paul up to it, asked him a few baseline questions like, "Will you be able to beat Mike Tyson?" He goes, 100%. Like the lie detector. And, that could all be phony,
It
too.
could all be staged.
I just
but-
feel like the hype machine dies if he loses.
Well, this is maybe a good way to get the kids into boxing.
Heck yeah.
I feel like the hype machine kind of died. Like, I mean, I feel like the world was stoked, and then the postponement happened, and now people are like, "Oh, that's this Friday? Oh, okay."
Are young people into this sort of stuff?
I don't
think so.
I think the world's too hard and they see violence all the time. And so actually scheduling out to see some violence, I don't think is part of Gen Z's
They
agenda.
love skipping.
I think they love the.
I disagree with that because UFC is more popular than ever.
I guess so. But among what demo? Yes, among us. We all grew up with
Among
it.
suburban dads and affliction T-shirts.
Exactly.
More popular than ever, you think?
Who totally
UFC?
could have
I
kicked
feel
that
like
guy's
it's-
ass in high school.
I feel like it slipped a little.
Oh, the UFC is.
Oh, it's a
Still.
huge.
I mean, it was
A
huge a few
juggernaut.
years ago. I'm not saying it's not still huge, but I feel like it's quieted a little. Who are the stars?
Yeah, it says Gen Z. About half of Gen Z identify as fans of MMA, UFC, or boxing. So they love it.
It's just a lot. It's
love
spread around, you know.
It's also they're just watching a YouTuber that they love do something. You know what
On
I
a
mean?
bigger scale.
Yeah, it's not even about the boxing with Jake Paul. It's about like people grew up like, dude. When I talk to my I'll call him my stepson, I guess, my ex-girlfriend's kid who grew up in that YouTube era, he's like loves Jake Paul.
Mm.
And he's like, dude, I don't And he's just like, I'll watch anything he does, whether it's an unboxing video or he's getting a Lamborghini. Like, he's just watching the videos.
Yeah.
It's like
This is just another thing he's doing.
This is just another Jake Paul entrepreneur.
Jake Paul presents me
venture.
doing something on camera.
Yes, and a lot of them
And me
look
getting
in
a lot of money for it.
Yeah, and like, I don't know if it'll matter to them if he loses.
Well, I, for one, am excited. And yet again, yesterday proves that there is definitely a generational divide. And as much as I like to act like a youngster, I am not. Me trying to be cool with the kids ain't working out. It's not working out. Have you ever been called old by a kid for something you didn't know was an old person thing?
I got called ma'am the other day at the outlet malls,
Yeah, you told me that.
which is fine. I wasn't offended by that. I was more offended because I walked into this store and I was looking for something for my nephew, and these two young guys, 18, 20 years old, I don't know how they were, and they're working, and they're like, oh, hello, ma'am. And they're like having I worked retail, so I know it gets boring and you got to entertain yourselves. They were kind of in that mode in the afternoon. But it wasn't the ma'am thing that drove me nuts. It was the openness to just drop the S-bomb. And I thought, am I old? Like, because they're like, oh, we just sit around and don't do ish all day. And I'm like, are you talking to me right now?
I'm a customer.
I'm a customer.
And you just ma'am me.
You really are, ma'am.
I know. And then I was like, well, I don't want to cuss. And I cuss all the damn time,
But then
I go, hey, because this was like a skate shop. And I go, I said, I'm looking for something for my nephew. He doesn't skate. And the guy's like, I don't either. And I go, oh, you're a poser? You work at this store? And he was like, whoa. Like, he wasn't ready for...
poser, I haven't heard that in 25 years.
I know. That was super
Poser?
cool.
And again, there's a lot of, I got two teenagers in my house, and they have their friends over.
Yeah.
And when a teenager curses, my cockles like...
I know. What is that?
I don't know. I have the urge to go, hey, wait a minute.
Watch your
And
mouth.
I'm not going to...
You don't be lame.
I don't be lame, Dad.
Same.
They already probably do think I'm lame.
I cursed for the first time in front of my niece at Comic-Con this past February. I just wanted to test it out.
Yeah.
I was like, what's she going to do if I drop the F-bomb right now? And so I said something, and she goes, don't say that. She was very offended. So I don't know, man. Kids are cussing, kids aren't. I don't know.
Here are some examples of maybe something we do that the youth think is an old person thing.
Okay.
A kid told somebody they were old because they were born in the 1900s.
Yeah, I've heard this one.
So that's anybody over the age of 24.
I know. We're cool as hell.
Like, yeah, man, I was born in the Carter administration. Yeah. All right.
That is cool.
Rafe and I.
Tail end.
Coolest.
I wish I was born in
Tail
the
end, but
70s.
still, he had 4 years.
Yeah.
78, buddy.
You start to sound old when you start to sound proud about that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're doing it to ourselves. We're acting like the youth are shoveling dirt on us. We are digging our own graves with half of the crap that we're saying. Hey, man. I mean, think about all the stuff that
God,
Basketball
no
was the
cap.
best. Baseball was the best.
Yeah.
Boxing was the best.
Anytime your algorithm serves you something about, something in the 70s or 80s,
I love Minecraft.
even the algorithm knows that you're old.
Yeah, Minecraft is awesome.
Hey, think about what you were thinking about when you were 22, and somebody said, oh, so-and-so's dating a 35. You're like, damn, what? That's ridiculous. That person's old as hell. You know what I'm saying? When
I was like, dude, they're so young. That's cool.
I don't know.
40,
What-
40 was many generations away.
Even when I hear somebody who was born in the 1960s, I go, whoa, man, that's whoa.
Counting the days, huh?
Whoa.
Ageism is my favorite kind of ism, though, because it's so funny because it is the one thing that, I'm like, oh, you're headed here. Like, whoever you're making fun of, if you're lucky enough to live, you're going to get there. And then you're going to be, you know what I mean? Like, it is the true, you're going to walk a mile in that person's shoes one day.
Yeah, but for now, I'm not.
For now, yeah, you get to be cool. You get to make fun of the elderly.
And my brain is still, in mush mode.
Sure, but it's all relative.
Yeah, but you're not thinking about the future. You're thinking about now. There is no future.
Right.
It's what's in front of me right now.
But they're going to get,
And an
I
old
know what
person is
they're
talking to
doing
me.
to us. It's happening. Like, Gen Z's aging out. Gen Alpha's coming. Don't look behind you. But you're about to be not cool. You're on the cut. You've got 1 or 2 years left of being cool. And then there's a generation that's going to say, oh, your stuff was lame. They're going to take credit. They're going to bring stuff back from your generation and pretend like they came up with it. Whether it be the middle part making a second go-round or whatever it may be. Jinkos, Slap
Millennials,
bracelets.
millennials and Gen Xers are, the middle agers now.
Yeah.
Dude, I've never seen a generation that, like an overlapped generation, deny one another so much like the Z's and the Alphas. Like my son, who's, 14, and my stepson, who is full Gen Alpha, right? Kid's 11. He's always saying like, oh, like I'll say something like, well, that's your generation. And he will go, absolutely not. That's his. That's Alpha. That's those idiots. I don't know what they're doing. Like they
It's already happening.
really
What are
are
the-
trying
okay,
to
so what are the
separate
ages?
themselves.
So what are...
Gen Z is trying to separate
Whatever, dude.
themselves from Alpha hardcore,
Gen X
dude.
doesn't want anything to do with the millennials.
Yeah.
You guys like to act like you're in your own little,
Well,
All right, Gen
Christ.
Alpha,
To be
Gen
fair,
Alpha is
there's a
2013
bit
to
more
now.
of a divider there.
2013 to now is Gen Alpha. Gen Z is 97 to 2012. Millennials 81 to 96. X 65 to 80.
yeah.
Baby Boomers 46 to 64.
Yeah.
And you got the silence and the greatest and the lost.
I think it's because they're getting a little smaller.
There's also a Gen X divide. There's an elder Gen X, and then there's us, who we're technically zillennials. There's a micro generation, and it's like we're right in it. It's
Yeah.
like 78 to 82.
Yeah, we had bigger.
We were there when the internet. We were still young enough when the internet came to fully embrace it, and but also old enough to remember like not having it.
That's the greatest part. That's the greatest divide
Yeah.
as far as the generations
Yeah.
is Alpha and Z don't know what it's like without the internet.
I know.
And there's some millennials
That's-
that won't know.
Well, 81, born in
Through
81.
96. So some of that 96, they were born whenever everybody pretty much was having dial-up at their house.
Yeah, but they were too young. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gen X did dodge the generation wars, though. I don't know how.
That's what I mean. You guys think you did.
What is
We
that?
think we did.
Yeah. Like that's what I always hear. Like boomers and millennials and like you guys take a step out of everything and act like you're not a part of any of
Yeah,
the
yeah. Yeah,
arguments.
you either make fun of boomers or
millennials.
When's the last time you
millennials
saw a
and
meme
Gen
that was like,
Xers.
okay, Xer?
Yeah.
No, I know because I feel like you either get lumped in boomers or
Switzerland.
millennials.
That's
Like
what
you
I
I
mean.
feel like we're Switzerland.
We're trying to
neutral.
handle it all.
Well, I feel like Gen X is the reason our world's in such chaos right now.
We
There
want
you
to
go off.
No,
Yeah.
blame the
Yeah.
boomers. The boomers.
blame the boomers.
I do
They're still
blame the
around.
No, it's not the boomers. It's the next group that should have taken over.
The boomers are still running the show.
And I'm not trying to say us millennials don't have problems. We're chock full of them, okay?
Yep.
But I feel like we're a little bit more honest. We go, okay, like, yeah, we are the problem. We are the drama.
All right, here's another random thing that a kid would think you're old because of. A teacher got called old because she told her students she saw the original Shrek in a movie theater.
Oh, wow.
Come here, donkey.
Someone got called old by a kid because they used to have VHS tapes. And someone else got called old because they knew what a DVD was.
What does DVD stand for?
Digital video device? Mm-hmm. Is that it?
I always said digital video digital.
Disc? Disc?
Is it disc?
Digital video disc. That makes
Device
more
doesn't
sense.
sound right.
That doesn't sound right.
I'm
A
guessing. I have no idea.
DVD. What does it stand for? A digital video disc.
Disc, okay.
Wow,
So, yeah.
clever name.
Boys, them in DVD.
BBD.
A kid called somebody old because they still use CDs in their car. Mm-hmm. A woman got called old because she has stamps in her purse.
Well, that's not nice.
Did anyone got called old because they still use checks to pay all of their bills?
Okay, you know what? I feel very threatened right now. Stamps and checks. You
Somebody's
get out of here,
triggered.
Rafe Dean.
Ma'am,
Triggered.
you're a poser.
I am upset.
A kid called a guy old because he said he used to play outside when he was young.
That's
man.
awesome.
Imagine that being a dunk. Why don't you
Got
go
him.
play outside?
You fresh air mofo.
What am I, old?
Wrinkly old ball bag. What's wrong with outside?
A parent left somebody a voicemail and their kid said only old people do that.
See, what's wrong with the damn voicemail? Okay? My sister never leaves voicemails. When I call her, I'll leave a voicemail. She calls me, never leaves a voicemail. Upsetting.
Because the next step is, okay, not picking up, I'm going to send a text.
And to be fair, it's our folks that started that and said, stop leaving me voicemails, just text me.
Yeah.
You don't even have to listen to the voicemail, though. You can read it. And also, it's easier
That's
to
true.
say something rather than type it
But
out.
that's a newer technology.
Since
The
that's
read-
happened, it's been pretty awesome.
It has been
What, the
awesome.
read voicemails?
Oh, it's the transcribing, and
Yeah, the
you can even see it
transcribing.
in real time.
I know. That's so neat.
I'd rather you not leave me a voicemail, honestly.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Do you have a
And-
personalized
see?
voicemail?
And it's the folks like you that started that because
I
their
only-
voicemail will pick up and go, "Hi, it's Scott Rizzuto. I can't get to the phone. Do not leave a voicemail. Just text me."
Wait for the beep.
Bye.
That's what everybody would
Then
say.
hang up.
Don't leave a voicemail because it was a process. It was a whole thing, and our generation does not like whole things. We are whole thing averse.
There's only two people I leave voicemails for.
Your mother?
My mother and my old radio partner, Woody.
Lord.
That's it.
Oh.
And the Lord.
And the
That's
Lord.
right.
You leave Woody a voicemail?
Yeah,
I
but
feel
it's
like
usually
that's
just-
the person that you don't want to leave a voicemail.
But it's usually
Just to annoy him?
It's just to annoy him, and it's most of the time
That's
just
ridiculous.
profanities.
Does he do it for you?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
I leave
Forward to hearing
voicemails,
one.
but always a bit. Never of true.
Yeah,
Right.
it's always
It's always like
something
a
stupid.
Blockbuster video calling about a Roadhouse DVD you didn't return or something like that.
That's 100% correct for you. Every voicemail you've ever left me is not serious at all,
No.
and it's very professional.
I'd rather you not leave me a voicemail. Thank you.
You'd rather not get the call.
I run into
Yeah,
that
don't
now.
call
with, I run into that now with like the kid. He's great. The kid here in the office is 24 years old. He produces the number 2 show with me. His name is Zane. When we are at home, I call you guys. I mean, dude, this is a show. We're doing a show live every day. Sometimes we got to call each other at 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And say, hey, man, I want to run this by you. I got an idea for a game. I want to do it tomorrow. It's got to, there's some urgency to what we're doing.
Yeah.
You guys all answer. Even Moon. I don't get him all the time, but he will answer his phone. He'll call me back. And he hates being on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And am I wrong about that?
It's not my favorite thing. No,
Yeah. You suffer through it, and I appreciate you for
Well, yeah,
it.
I mean, if it's a call, it's just because we all know how we feel and about this, and
Right.
we all agree. So if somebody's calling, or heaven forbid, FaceTiming,
Oh.
you know that there is damn good reason, so
Right.
you pick it up.
Yeah.
Right. And then I'll have something that I need done, and I called him at like 6 o'clock. I called him at 5:05. He's supposed to be here till 5. And he just didn't answer, didn't text me, didn't call me back. I see him the next day. I go, hey, man, I tried to get a hold of you last night. He goes, yeah, I saw. And I go, huh. Just didn't think to, like, shoot me a text or call me back. And he goes, yeah, I don't know. I was doing something. And I was like,
I'm going to kill you.
what's
I'm
5?
gonna kill you right now.
5 o'clock, Gen Z's off the clock.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
And
which is
Good
awesome
man,
because
work-life balance.
that's
Yeah.
exactly that's
I
how
know.
we.
It pisses
but
me
you
off
know
because
what?
I can't do
Come
it.
on.
I know.
That's how it should
I'm
be
physically,
for us.
I am incapable, whatever word is right, of doing that.
But we
I
have
am-
some stuff that needs to be done after hours.
I'm good to hear.
Sure.
I'm glad to hear that they figured that out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
but-
skis.
But again, there's some stuff that does need to be done
But
after
here's the thing.
hours.
I was calling him about something he didn't get done and a mistake that he made.
yeah,
Right.
that sucks.
That's
And then I'm like, hey, man, this didn't get uploaded correctly. Can we fix that? It's supposed to go live at
He's
8
like,
o'clock.
hey, man, this show is you on a toilet interviewing people.
understand.
Sorry, I clocked out.
I understand the whole work-life
Exactly.
balance. You should clock out, make time for yourself, make time for your family. But sometimes we need to communicate with each other.
My
And
toilet show's important, okay? To me.
Do you call him a lot?
No, I won't call him at all now.
Wait a
'cause,
minute.
like I just basically realized there's a generation gap. Where
Is
I'm
he
like,
dead to you?
Wait, is this, which one are you talking about right now? Is this the guy, is this Zane?
Zane.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Where have you
I mean,
been?
poor
Tall Zane.
I know, but I didn't know if it was going to be Zane or Lane.
Mustache.
I'm
We have a
just-
Lane and a Zane who work in the same department.
Yeah,
here, by the
It's
way.
very confusing.
They're arm in arm.
No, but I was just going to say,
Hilarious.
Zane has been through the trenches with you. He has seen your entire full frontal at a show.
He has.
You know,
Yeah,
you've
there's
given
a lot
him
of things that
endless
we-
advice on things that he's not even
We're
ready
tight.
for.
He's like my little stepson.
Son, right.
I'm really like his weird uncle that's introduced him to a lot of really strange concepts. And it's just weird. It's like it's almost like I have a son that I'm learning again. That I'm like, oh, his generation is just not. It's just interesting to me because I'm like, I had to learn to be like, oh, I got to get a hold of this dude during clocked in work hours, and it's got to be via text. And he kicks ass. He does a great job.
great.
I'm like, I'm not saying he doesn't. It's just like if there's an issue, like if there's an issue and something got messed up. I want to get it fixed. Gen Z is very much like,
We'll fix it when we're
tomorrow.
supposed to.
Hey, man, I'll
we'll
get
fix
to
it tomorrow.
Work-life
I'll get
balance.
to it, Ka.
If it ain't fixed by 5, bro, no cap. If it ain't fixed by 5, on God, son.
This is why you got to play
I'm
Minecraft
Minecrafted.
so you can talk to
That's
him.
what I'm saying. Like, I almost have to, like, I got to log on Minecraft just to get, hey,
Yeah.
man, you mind hopping off and doing the thing I asked you to do at 2 p.m.?
Watch your cutesy words, though. Your new language words, like some of them belong very, very exclusively to Alpha. And Gen Z will be like, hey, man, that's not our language, dude.
Oh,
Alpha's got their own language. You keep us out of that.
Jeff's got a good question on instant feedback. When we call each other, how do we greet each other on a phone call?
Oh. I always say, when I pick up, I'm like, hello. That's usually. But then.
I'll give a what every once in a while.
Is there? Yeah, I think is there a greeting? I'm not sure there's a
Talk
greeting.
to me.
Or I'll say, hey, what's up?
I'll go, yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a. Yeah, what's going on? Hey. Or yeah,
What's
like
up?
Hey, cutie.
usually, like you said, it's like something that needs to be handled there. So it's like I don't even know if there is a greeting. It's just like everybody's right to the races. This is
each
what I
get
need.
your
This is
own.
what's going
Yeah, I always do Rocky Horror Picture Show. Hello. Like,
You
I
do that.
I kind of am the butler.
Hello.
And everyone hangs up immediately.
I thought it was John Lovitz.
It also depends
is.
on what mood I'm in or what I'm doing.
I think
I hate calling you.
you and me are
I
usually.
avoid.
Okay, I pick up.
I don't know. I feel like
That's why
I don't.
I sound
whenever
pleasant.
I get out of here for the day, I don't want to bother you or talk to you at all.
Which is,
I sound
appreciate it.
I really do think of you. I'm like, he's with his family. So in the event that I do call or text, it is dire. It's,
No, if I see one of you calling me, I feel like it's an urgent thing.
Yes.
Excuse me.
I think we're yoers. Yo.
Yo. Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
When Rafe
Yeah.
calls us, like, Rafe Dean, like, I'll usually say your name.
You do.
Yeah.
Well, just remember back in the day when we didn't have caller ID and
Say, Rafe Corp, how may I direct your call?
when we didn't have caller ID, it would be hello. And then
Would you ever,
identify yourself.
I would answer at my dad's house whenever somebody would call him. He didn't have caller ID, and I would go, hello. Like, I would act like I was my dad answering the phone to see if I could get some juice out of somebody.
I don't know if it drove your parents crazy, but if you picked up the phone and you go, Ma, it's for you. And she go, who's calling? I go, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
It would drive her nuts.
right.
You
Like you're
didn't
her
ask?
secretary or something.
Yeah.
You didn't ask?
No.
I've been answering the phone if it's a number I don't know for the last 20 years in Japanese, and it always gives me the out because if I recognize the
Konnichiwa?
voice or no, you say moshi mosh, and it means like
Click.
what do you got? Yeah, dude, it's awesome because if it's somebody that you don't want to talk to, usually they'll just hang up on you, or they'll be like, "Oops, sorry, wrong number," or they'll kind of ask something, and you have a second to like figure out, okay, do I want to drop this or do I want to keep it going? And then you just say one sentence in Japanese, and that's all you got.
That's it.
It's over.
I don't want any sushi.
They won't
And then-
call back. You're crossed off the list. It's over. That's the best thing to do. I haven't had to do that in forever because
Who's calling? I don't know.
nobody calls.
You didn't ask?
Telemarketers?
Yeah, just anybody.
Oh, I get into it with them. I love it. It's my favorite. I pretend like they're my dad. Like I pretend like I have dementia. It's the most, because then they have to stay on for a minute. And sometimes I'll talk in gibberish where I'm like saying insulting things, and occasionally they'll do it back to me, and I love it. I'll be like, "Oh, you're a giant piece of ish. What did you say? You're a giant pile of trash."
These poor people just trying to make
And he's
honest,
like, "Yeah, you're
an honest day's
This
work.
guy
huh?
will like give it back to me, and then I'm like, I kind of want to buy what this guy's selling.
Right.
An
Yeah.
honest day's
Willing
work.
to do
This
it.
guy's working at a call center.
Well, the other thing that freaked me out,
I don't care.
and we talked about it on this show like 10 years ago, is the people that would call and get you recorded. They record you saying hello or
Oh,
yes, and that kind of stuff. That freaked me out, man. Like you're not gonna have my
Yeah.
voice saying hello or yes or answering things.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you answer in the affirmative, they have it.
Yeah, they have you now saying yes and your name or
Yeah.
hello or whatever it is. They got enough of it where they can then use that for a scam. And I'm
And
sure
now
that's
with AI, man, now you could clone voices.
right. So you got me
I'm never picking up the phone again,
greeting
ever.
you in Japanese. That's as far as it's going to go.
Another parent said they found out they were old when their daughter called them out for still owning an iPad. I'm sorry, an iPod.
Well,
Yeah, that makes sense.
that's fair.
Here's one that's fair. A woman got called old because she still has a Hotmail address. Honestly, that one's fair.
That's fair.
That
Oh,
one's
man,
fair.
that was my first email address, you know?
Yeah, me
Still
too.
my red herring.
Yeah.
If I need to give it, and I'm like, I don't really want this store that I stopped in one time, or this gas station, to have my email, I'll throw in the old Hotmail address.
Oh,
'Cause
man.
it still legally will register. I haven't opened that thing up.
Can you go to, is hotmail.com still a thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
still
Oh,
go?
yeah, for sure.
I think they tried to rebrand it as something cool.
Outlook.
Outlook,
I married somebody with a
So
Hotmail.
there we go.
Yeah,
which I
Outlook.
have now.
Dude,
Allison has a Hotmail address?
dude,
Still?
I
She's
found
pretty
out
hip.
that there was anytime I was signing up.
Redheaded lover, 69 420 at hotmail.com. That's her?
Of course.
Anytime there was
Fire crotch hottie.
anytime there was anything that required an email address that you didn't need to verify or something, I would always give them this one that just hit my head. And then I realized, man, I might be actually giving out somebody's email. And I checked to see if it was taken, and it was. I'd probably given out this email 600 times.
What is it?
I'm not going to say it.
I mean, is there
Oh,
a
come
number? Is
on.
there a
Do you
num-
rhyme?
Is there a number on it?
There's no numbers.
Oh.
You don't have to tell us the website.
I can't say it. I can't say it.
I can't
It was.
say it.
It's a Yahoo. It's a Yahoo.
Yahoo?
address. Yeah. But I mean, it's been a couple decades, and it's like Kohl's needs your email. Do you? Okay. Well, you're getting this guy's email again.
A kid called somebody old when they said YouTube didn't used to have ads. So if you remember that magical time, you're ancient.
Whoa.
A guy's coworker told him he was old after he tossed something in a trash can from a few feet away and yelled Kobe when it went in.
Hit the side of it?
What do you got to say now, LeBron?
LeBron. A guy's much younger cousin called him old for using the laughing, crying emoji. That one stunk because he thought emojis made him seem cool and young, but no.
I know,
Dude,
I love an
you-
emoji.
You said that a couple years ago that is like way out, and a sign of being old is the laugh emoji. And every time I use it, I feel guilty. I feel weird. You destroyed it for me.
Me?
Yes, you're the one that broke the news. I think all of us learned at the same time in this room.
Yeah.
Laugh emoji equals
Old.
boomer.
Boomer, man.
Who knew?
I'm going to continue to do it.
Yeah, it'll come back around.
I bought some new jeans the other day because I was at a cheer competition on Sunday and I saw these like Hot Little Biscuits wearing these really cool jeans. And I was like, oh man, these are these new kind of wide leg Jenko bells. Found out they're called rib cage bells. Went to the Levi's outlet store, decided to buy myself a pair.
Nice.
And I felt kind of like a poser, like I'm too old to be wearing such pants. But they look great.
Such pants.
Yes.
That sentence didn't help your cause.
I know.
Stretch pants, you said?
No, they're not stretch pants. They're
Such.
like the first time I
Such
got
pants.
hand-me-down Jenkos for my cousin, they were this fit. And so they're like tight, around your waist. They're high-waisted, tight around your butt. And then they're just, wide.
Stovepipe.
Yes. And I saw all sorts of young people wearing them. And I'm like, I want those jeans. Went to find them, put them on. A woman older than me said, aren't these great? They're just so slimming. And I'm like, yes, they are. But I wonder, now are these jeans going to be not cool because like 40-year-olds
Now
like
you're wearing
me
them.
are wearing
Yep.
them.
Those girls saw you buy them at the outlet mall. And they're
Yep.
like, it's
And
over.
immediately
It's
they
over.
became out of style.
Those jeans.
That's great.
Those jeans are posting on Facebook.
Yeah.
Immediately
So
out of
it's over.
style.
Stylekiller.com.
As soon as you walked out the door, out of style.
Just
They
buy one,
pulled
get
them
one,
all off the
50% off. Yeah.
All right, guys, she's gone.
over.
She bought the
over.
jeans. Okay.
I swear, I'm always like the last to something cool. So it's over, guys.
All right, let's
She bought
harken back to our youth, before we were in bands, before we were in radio, before we were doing comedy.
Yeah.
Who was the first famous person you ever met? Do you remember? I was trying to think
Larry
about this the other
Bird.
day.
Larry
first-
Bird.
The first famous person you ever met.
Was Larry Bird.
Larry Bird?
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
I'm not kidding you. I think I was in Atlanta.
Where'd you meet Larry Bird?
My mom used to sell Crown Line boats.
Your mom used to date Larry Bird?
My mom used to date Larry Bird's my dad, dude. We would have these dealer meetings every year for Crown Line boats, and all these vendors would come. And one year it was in Atlanta, and Larry Bird was at the dealership or at the hotel, like as a special guest, because he would buy Crown Line boats, and I got to meet Larry Bird.
That's rad.
You have a picture?
I have a signed basketball card.
Whoa,
that says
Dang,
to
even
Lauren.
better.
that's
Congrats
pretty
on
cool.
that.
It's pretty sweet.
That's a really
Do you
good
still
one.
have it? Like,
Yeah,
is it?
it's at my mom's house. Yeah.
You gotta take that back from your mom.
All right, I will this weekend.
Like frame it. That's a good.
Yeah,
That's,
it's in a little card protector guy.
that's one to put on a wall.
It really
Really?
is.
I think so, right?
You guys
A
Or
want it?
hide in the safe.
signed Larry Bird,
Yeah, possibly.
That's one to put on a wall.
says the old guy.
Yeah, you're
thinks
old
Mike
as hell.
Tyson's going to beat Jake
Things the
Paul.
kids would make fun of you for.
Hey,
a
Larry
signed
Bird-
card on the wall.
Larry Bird, man.
Larry
awesome.
Bird's cool, but my first one, I don't want to brag too much, was Sorrel Book.
Who the hell's that?
Boss Hogg from Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh,
Yeah, I got a picture with them. Yeah.
How old are you, Scott?
At a car show in Springfield, I got to
his-
Did
meet
he
Boss
have
Hogg.
Did he have the boss?
Oh, yeah, he had the whole thing on.
Nice.
So that's as
And he had that
Springfield
white
as it
car that he
gets.
drove.
Did he
Did
stay
he
in
have them
character?
Duke boys?
What? He had
That's
the white car
awesome.
with the horns on the front?
Yeah, it was
Get
there.
out.
It was awesome.
You win, dude.
Did he stay in character?
Yeah,
Save that for last.
he was super nice. It was
These Duke boys.
Gotta get
Mine's,
them Duke boys.
mine's as St. Louis as it gets. For sure, it was either Eno Slaughter,
dang.
old Cardinal player, because we went to a book signing or something, and it was either him or Vince Coleman or Ozzie Smith. Because my mother's like the most diehard Cardinals fan, so like we would go to like Cardinals things. I think she did some golf charity thing or something where she got to walk around with players. So I got a ball signed by
Right.
all these people. I mean that was
That
the
is awesome.
stuff that was in our celeb sightings, if you will, when we were kids.
Yeah, I would imagine here in St. Louis,
It's a
a
Cardinal
lot,
player.
a lot of the,
Or Vince Coleman. I had a signed thing from Vince. Or Rex Hudler. Nah, it's a little late.
a lot of the athletes, they live amongst us, and you'd run into at a store or something like that.
Yeah, it was one of them.
cool.
Those were all my heroes too.
Rafe, do you remember the first famous person you ever met?
Dude, I don't. Man.
Anybody come down to Dowell, Illinois?
One of the guys in Head East, the band Head East,
Right.
spoke at our school when I was real young. And I think, I don't know, maybe it was John Schlitt. I can't remember. But I just remember they're like, this is a big deal. This guy's in the band Head East. And I was like, I'm 7.
Never been any reason. Yeah.
But I believe you. And does that count? I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
I met Michael Buffer.
No.
He was a dick.
Oh, no.
You've had a lot of bad celebrity
No, he was a
encounters. Of people
jerk.
being mean.
Yeah, Michael
My-
Buffer was a dick.
Like before, and this is before you were in comedy, or
Oh, yeah.
where did this happen?
He was like doing a wrestling thing. Well, for a while, he started doing like WCW Nitro events. And I just think he hated that he had to do that. He was just there to say, let's get ready to rumble and get the hell out. He like was leaving the building. As soon as he was done, he was out of there. And like a bunch of kids, he just like,
I mean, think about somebody that we have seen speak in 1,000 different capacities, and yet we have zero glimpses into that person's personality
Yeah.
because he says the same dumb crap, half of which is copyrighted now
oh yeah.
and trademarked. That's all. We've never
He's
seen
famous for one thing.
one thing. He
That's
goes
all
in
we
and he,
know
and he
about
says,
Michael Buffer.
in
He's
this
got a great
corner,
voice.
something, 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 weight, numbers, name. In this corner, weight, numbers, name. Let's get ready to rumble, and then that's it.
And that's it.
We know nothing about this guy.
That may be all there is, having met him. I'm not going to lie.
What about the fact that Michael Buffer's
He had a briefcase, presumably full of the cash they pay him to say that phrase.
Michael Buffer's brother is Bruce Buffer, who does the
He
UFC.
seems way more chill.
So Michael Buffer's brother, Bruce, does the UFC announcing, and they didn't know each other until they were adults.
Strange.
What?
Yeah.
Is Bruce riding coattails?
No, I think they had their own, from what I
Voice?
understand.
They both had like voices and decided to get into fighting.
There's a weird
Using their
story.
voices?
There's a weird story with that. Like they didn't know each other. They were brothers, or they're half brothers, or something like that.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
According to Celebrity Net Worth, he's worth $400 million.
Michael Buffer?
Yeah.
There was a time he was getting like $1 million every time he said it.
Yes.
I'm not kidding.
the
It was a
coolest,
crazy amount of money.
He began using the phrase "Let's get ready to rumble" in 1984. By 1992, he had acquired a federal trademark for the phrase. He used the famous phrase in various licensing deals, including platinum-selling album Jock Jams, Ready to Rumble Boxing, Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2 games for PlayStation, Nintendo 64, Dreamcast, Game Boy Advance, Greatest Heavyweights, Mega Millions, Progressive Insurance. In 2009, He used it for let's get ready to bundle.
Let's get ready to bundle.
It says it's estimated
your
that
cable, your your internet, and your phone. One bill, one low price.
it's estimated that by 2009, the catchphrase generated around $400 million in revenue from licensing the trademark. Long lost family members.
5 words.
Let's get kitties to grundle. Y'all ready for this?
Oh man, kitty jock jams? Hell yeah.
We don't need that.
I don't know. I'm kind of into
We
it.
don't need it.
Dude, interesting. After he contacted his birth father in 1989, he was introduced to his half brothers and saw them on they saw him on television. He then brought along his half brother Bruce Buffer as his agent and manager.
Oh, Brucey
It grew into a business partnership to increase licensing productivity of the trademark. So this guy came in and said, "Listen, brother, we're going to make more money on this thing," and that's what they did.
And and they didn't know each other until they were adults.
I guess so.
And now the UFC brother is very famous as well. He seems like a nice guy. He does, although I don't know anything about him. He could be addicted.
He survived throat cancer in 2008.
Michael Buffer? Or Bruce?
Michael.
First famous person I ever met. The first famous person I ever saw with my 2 eyes in person. We were in Orlando, Florida. I think I was 9 years old. We were at a Disney World vacation.
Mickey Mouse.
No, it was Hulk Hogan and Mean Gene.
Oh wow.
Hulk Hogan and Mean Gene Okerlund getting out of a speedboat.
Oh, were they
Perfection.
filming Thunder in
I
Paradise?
don't know what they were doing, but they got out of
Very
a
cool.
speedboat on a dock, and I went, oh, my God.
How old?
I was like 9 years old.
Whoa.
That was before Thunder in Paradise.
Does Hulk Hogan rip off his lifesaver like he does his shirts?
He what, like a life vest?
Life
No,
vest,
he
yeah.
did not have a life vest
Oh,
on.
he didn't? Bummer.
He had floaters, though.
I know I bring it up every once in a while, but still nobody. You guys never saw that show?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
I'm
was
sure I
awesome.
did.
Had Chris Lemon, Jack Lemon's son in it.
Oh my gosh, he does look like Jack Lemmon.
It was his son.
I don't think I ever knew that.
But the first celebrity I actually got to talk to was former Oakland A's shortstop Walt Weiss.
Wow.
Big hitter.
That was a big one. That was a big one. It was at a card store where he was doing a signing. Remember those old card store signings?
Yeah, that's where I met Slaughter.
Well, you know what? I got stuck on a Ferris wheel with Tiffany at
Oh,
the
that's
DuQuoin
right.
State Fair.
That's cool.
And technically, she was the car below us.
Did she
But I
sing?
technically talked to her because they had to come get her.
Yeah, because she thought she was alone now.
Dude, Seth's asking, was it Roger Boyd from Head East? He was from St. Clair.
probably
It could have
was.
been, man.
Came to our school in the early 80s.
I saw there's a Larry
Who
board.
said that?
Seth on the instant feedback. Mother was a music teacher in Carlisle.
Could be,
That
man.
sounds right.
Could be. I mean, I was a little further south than that. It could have been Danny Piper.
He could have done the circuit, like the school circuit.
Hey, you do
might have-
realize that you're probably the first famous person that the kid that broed you. You know, the kid that was in your car. He's going to be asked this question
next time.
He's like, "Well, I broed Scott Rizzuto."
I'm going to throw his ass out. Should I give a warning next? So when they get back in the car, because it's going to be this is every Monday and Wednesday I drive these kids.
This is a no bro zone.
Yeah, you
I'm probably
say,
not going to drop it.
You bro me one more time, and you're getting left on 109.
That's
I
when
get
you're gonna
broed
get the
again-
horns.
They came and got Tiffany off of the Ferris wheel we were on because she had a show at the and then just left everybody else until they got it fixed. They literally brought the fire department, got up in a ladder, got her down.
Got Tiffany
Wow.
down.
Tiffany was extracted from the Ferris wheel while the rest of us poor trash kids just sat and waited for a guy drinking a Keystone Light to figure out the gearbox to get us back down.
Y'all didn't have any places to be. She did.
Well,
I don't know if that counts, but I was
that's
very
a good
young.
one though.
That
Tiffany.
was cool. That is cool.
Yeah, it's a good
That
moment.
was cool.
And what year was this? This is the high. It was this.
It was the height of. It
I
was
Think I'm
Tiffany on
Alone
her way
Now?
up, not on the way down.
Oh, like
It was
mall
Tiffany
era,
when she was.
doing the shopping malls. Debbie
Yeah.
Gibson, Tiffany era.
Yeah, so I was young. That was who else? Lita Ford.
Oh, damn.
So this was the mid to
They were all
late
hot.
80s.
Oh yeah,
New Kids
I
on
was
the
like
Block.
maybe kindergarten, first grade.
Oh, yeah.
I was young.
Oh yeah. Hey, is Ben Bailey here yet?
I have not gotten a
who's in charge
notification.
of getting Ben Bailey in the building? Ben Bailey in the building.
I have not received an email.
He hasn't
yet.
texted me
He's
yet.
supposed to be here around 7. No, I don't know if I should cut to commercial, maybe come back, and then Ben will be here. Because I want him here for the Craigslist Freak of the Week, which will be after the break.
Give me a sec, I can check.
And, you know, speaking of Freak of the Week, I read an article with this about this doctor who he's a social pathologist. And he is a professor of behavioral addiction. And he talked about the 5 most shocking sexual obsessions he's ever come across in his research. And some of this stuff is wild. Then it leads into the Freak of the Week stuff. So if you think, oh, man, there's nobody that's into this stuff. Oh, there is. Like, there are some freaks out there.
Yep.
And we love it. All right, so let's take a break. But first, we'll do the Team Riz Member of the Day. All right, that's brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. Catch Mike Tyson and Jake Paul tomorrow at all Hot Shots locations. Get ready for fight night and find a location near you at hotshotsnet.com. From Highland, Illinois, Rose Jench is our team. Rose Jench has been a listener to the Riz Show for the past 10 years. Loves how much the crew entertains her on the way to work. Favorite member of the show is Learn.
What?
Ah,
That's so
Because of
sweet.
your sass.
I am quite sassy.
Sass.
And the perspective that you bring to the show. And she loves how honest and real we all are.
That's nice.
She's met a lot of us over the years at various events. Loves the Craigslist Freak of the Week, which is dedicated to you next. Rose Jench from Highland is our Team Riz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Riz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Maybe we'll have Ben Bailey. Maybe not.
He's here.
Oh, he's here.
Yep.
Great. All right, Craigslist Freak of the Week with Ben Bailey is next. Riz Show phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams at 1057thepoint.com/Riz. And if you're watching the cams, you'll see that Mr. Ben Bailey's in the studio. Ben, good to see you, man.
You too. How's it going, everybody?
It's your once-a-year visit.
Yeah. My second once-a-year visit this year.
Oh, you were here already this year?
I was, but you guys were off.
Oh.
Yeah. And I almost canceled. I was
we
like,
did it
what?
on purpose.
I'm not even doing the gig if I can't do Rizzuto.
No, we're only good for
Nobody's
going to
know I'm here.
We're only good for once a year. But this is your 6th time on the show.
6th time, really?
You are our...
That's too many.
Yeah, our most... Yeah, this is the
Frequent.
most frequent guest.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
So last time you were here, you got the 5-timers jacket, which hangs on the mannequin
yes,
right
that's
there.
right. Yeah.
And
How
now,
could I have forgotten
congratulations, Ben Bailey.
Yes.
You get the 6th
Oh my
timer
God, what is this?
Viking helmet.
It's really...
That's a real Viking helmet.
That is a real Viking helmet.
See? I
So
knew it.
congratulations, Ben Bailey.
I have to put it on, right? I mean,
If
course
you'd
you
like to
do.
try to, yes.
hold on now.
Don't make him put his head in that. Who knows where
Well,
that's been?
let's just see. It's
Only-
been on.
Congratulations.
Only on the
You
head of a
have
dead
disease
Viking. I
that,
could do.
that hasn't been identified yet. You get head herpes. I don't know.
You won't get head herpes. This is on my desk.
I can't
Ben.
guarantee you.
But be careful not to
Whoa.
scratch your face.
look at that.
Wow.
It's so ridiculous looking.
It looks good on you, man.
It's so good.
Yeah, I believe you. You really sold it.
Yeah.
It looks good on you.
Let me just.
We might want to take the liner out of that and just.
I think
pop it
without
on
the
raw
liner,
dog.
I'd literally be cutting my head right now.
That's right. Well, congratulations, Ben Bailey, the first recipient of the 6th timer
Yes.
Viking helmet,
Yes.
and you get a certificate to go along with it.
It says
nice.
7th on there. I don't know why.
7th Timers Club. Oh, this is for next time. This is
Sixth.
for next year, this one.
That's what I
Well,
meant.
that's okay. Here, I'll just mark it out.
the wrong
And there's just
certificate?
someone playing basketball on this one.
I thought I gave him the right one.
Have you kept all of the ones that you've received, Ben? It's okay if you
Oh,
haven't.
yeah, I have them.
They're all on his fridge.
Here, I'm going to just mark
I
that out.
actually was going to
Six.
bring one for you guys,
Oh.
That's so sweet.
congratulating you on having me on the show so many
Oh, yeah.
times.
Well, I do want to say, see Ben Bailey tonight at the Hot Java Bar in the
Hot
Grove.
Java, baby.
Hot Java Bar in the Grove tonight, 8 o'clock, part of the Flyover Comedy Fest.
Yeah, big deal, right?
Huge thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah,
I was
buddy.
literally flying over and stopped in. I have a gig in somewhere in the middle of Kansas tomorrow
Well,
night.
yeah, fly over. They throw everybody out of the plane. They give them a
Yep,
parachute.
get out, go.
Get out.
They open the door and shove you out.
Yeah, Rafe is one of the producers on the Flyover Comedy Fest. And
Happy to have you, man. Thanks for doing it.
Yeah, you bet.
it's a pretty
Happy to
big
be
deal.
here.
It's cheap to get flights when we push everyone out, just
Yeah.
over a cornfield, and they parachute in.
Yeah.
That's how we afford all these great acts.
Did you hear that somebody shot up a Spirit Airlines flight?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. So I guess
Jeez, man.
landed in Haiti.
Yeah, did one of the workers get hit by the bullet?
Yeah,
that
and
came
there's
through?
like bullet holes in the fuselage and actually into the plane.
It's wild.
They were shooting at the plane?
They were shooting at the plane as it was coming.
From where?
Haiti.
Oh, my
Well, it was
God.
going to Haiti, so it landed in, I think, Port-au-Prince. I'm not sure where it came from. I think it came from the U.S.
Good God, that's terrifying.
So
It is
don't go to Haiti right now.
Don't
okay?
fly Spirit.
Don't fly Spirit.
Don't
Where
do
was it?
anything.
Up
Just
there,
stay
those
home.
bright yellow planes.
Where did the bullets originate? Like they were coming from Haiti? Like-
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
okay.
landing in Haiti,
And that's when the bullets were
and that's
going.
when the bullets.
Whoa.
Pretty sure it was Delta.
Nope.
Shooting at the plane?
I'm sure
Del-
it was Spirit.
I think Delta was shooting at.
Oh,
Delta.
okay.
Yeah, they were Southwest.
Where those pilots wish it was
Shots came from a
lasers.
Southwest plane.
We were talking.
They had a wing gunner on a Southwest flight.
We were talking earlier about the generational divide. I was in the car with my son and his friends yesterday, and we're talking about the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight yesterday. I don't, are you into it at all?
Is it going to happen?
It's tomorrow.
It's supposed to be tomorrow, right? But it was supposed to happen like
In
6 months
June.
ago, wasn't it?
But then Tyson got sick.
Tyson had a heart attack, didn't he?
I thought it was.
Something on a plane.
I heard he had a heart attack. He
was
was,
pretty
he was
un-
shot on a,
shot on a
on a
plane.
Spirit flight.
To Haiti.
It was pretty undisclosed, I thought. Like, I don't really remember what it
It
was.
may have been
They just
pneumococcal
said,
pneumonia. I don't know.
yeah, they just said health. It was like a health.
I
He
think
just
they-
had a moment of common sense. I was like, I'm not doing this.
I know, I'm 60.
What
What
am
am
I
I doing?
Yeah, I'm almost 60 years old, and I was a Tyson fan growing up. Remember the Tyson fights
Of
were a
course.
big deal.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
I told the
It
fellas
was crazy. It was like,
yesterday-
how quickly is he going to knock the next guy out, you know?
I spent 38 minutes yesterday watching a YouTube compilation of all 44 of his knockouts,
Right.
just to kind of get into
yeah,
into
less
it.
than a minute each.
And I just got the nostalgic feeling of like going over to my grandpa's house and with all my cousins and my uncles and watching the fight because it was a big deal. And
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
trying
exciting, man.
I was trying to get that going with the kids in the car, and they couldn't care less.
Yeah, they called him bro. It was really awful.
And I said, "Who's gonna win, fellas?" And they go, "It's Jake Paul, bruh." I go, "Jake Paul,
They're like, really?
Jake Paul,
He's only, how many fights has he had?
a couple."
7
7, right? It's literally 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
against,
It's like 60.
the elderly. He's fighting his way through
They,
88
oh,
acres.
they
no, I
said
meant-
Mike
I was
Tyson was
saying-
elderly. He's not even 60.
No, but I mean,
I wouldn't want to fight Tyson. I don't care how
neither.
old
you do get
or
the senior
decrepit he
discount.
looked. Like if he lands one shot on you, you're done.
What's elderly to you?
To me,
I mean, in an athlete world,
an athlete.
elderly might be over 45.
35.
Yeah, dude, depending on the
I
sport.
mean, in
Depending on the
tennis,
sport.
Yeah.
like pick a sport. It's, you know,
In football, they start talking, like, they were talking about Matt Stafford the other day in the wrestling. Like, yeah, he's 36, He doesn't need to be out there
getting
running
up there.
around or doing. He's like, he's getting up there. And I'm
He's
like,
getting a little
man,
long in the tooth.
Yeah, 36. And they were talking about him like he had one foot in the grave.
Yeah,
well, I mean, the NFL, what's the average life expectancy of an NFL player? It's
Not
like
good.
54
Yeah,
or
it's-
something.
it's
like actually living on
yeah.
Earth.
Yes.
Yeah, for real, it is.
50s.
Well, that CTE stuff is no joke.
Yeah.
We had
Boxing can't be much different.
No,
All the blows to the head over the years.
we
Yeah,
had.
so he does qualify as elderly.
Remember, we had former Blue Barrett Jackman, former St. Louis Blue, in the studio here, and he just retired. And I'm looking up how old he is. 39 years old.
Right.
Retired.
And he's done, yeah.
Done. Damn. And I asked, "What are you going to do all day?" He goes, "I don't know. Drive my kids to school and then play golf." I hate your guts.
Wow. That sounds cool.
So what, you're saying it's good or it's bad?
God, I'm so jealous. It's my jealousy's ugly. That's what it is. Anyway,
That's what they do. Hockey players switch to golf, I guess,
they
right?
play golf.
They
As
need
soon
to-
as they're
they
out
need to
for the
swing
season,
some
they just
sort of
start
Swing
playing
into the
golf.
sticks, swing
Swing
into
to the
the
club.
swing into the club. I get it.
It's pretty funny. I was here before the Blues won the cup. I was here like a month before, and then I went home and I don't really follow. Now I follow more than I used to. But I went back home and all my hockey buddies were like, "Get in the pool, man. You got to get in the," because I still play. Or like, get in the hockey pool, in the Stanley Cup pool. I'm like, nah. They kept bugging me. Finally, I'm like, fine. I picked the Blues to win.
Yeah, nice.
No way.
2019.
And I won like 360
Nice.
bucks.
That's
They were,
awesome.
They were so mad.
I didn't know you played hockey.
They have not invited me to the pool again since. Yeah, I started playing again like maybe 6 or 7 years ago.
Holy
You're
cow! You
defense,
do,
right?
You do it all.
You got the build of a defense.
I'm a center. I play center.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. Nothing quite like playing hockey.
Huh.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what.
I'm sore. That's how much I love it. Is I'm just sore from it pretty much all the time. We all are. We're all
these
beat
men-
up, you know.
I'll tell you what,
The
if
men
you-
pickup leagues. I mean, it's a big deal. So you get ice time probably like 11 o'clock at night.
We're a little bit earlier. We part of the year we start at 8:30. Part of the year we start at 9:15.
Yeah.
Or something.
So it's always a late after the youth hockey stuff is done. You know,
Yeah.
you got a couple.
Yeah, we get pushed aside
They
for
get pushed
every other
aside.
thing. Yeah.
Man, I tried it a couple years ago. My knees couldn't handle it, but at the same time, you know, it wasn't a league where anybody was hitting each other really.
Yeah,
but,
we don't play. We play no hit, and we're still all injured. Most
I was
of
gonna say, if I saw you coming at me with skates on, another 5 inches or whatever,
Yeah.
I would just be like,
Yeah.
it's
Take the
yours.
puck.
Here, take it. Yeah. It's pretty fun, man. It's more than pretty fun. And now we like tailgate. We have a buddy of mine brings a fire pit, and we sit out in the parking lot
and get
after
smashed.
and drink beers.
Or after, okay.
Yeah.
Drink beers.
We don't
before.
really get hammered, but we have a couple of beers.
What's your beer of choice?
Right now, Modelo.
Nice.
Modelo, man.
Modelo with a lime.
Listen, Ben Bailey's here. We have some work to do.
Okay.
So I'm glad
Let's
you're
get
here.
to it. Yeah.
We got to get to it.
I brought my tools.
So good. So we do this thing called the Craigslist Freak of the Week, where every week we find the craziest Craigslist ads. We learn reads them, and then the listeners vote on their favorite ad, and we have a Freak of the Year competition to find the freakiest of all the freaks. And we are in it now.
We're in the tournament right
We
now.
are in the
Oh, wow,
tournament,
okay.
and we are actually in.
Should I put my helmet on?
We're on the quarterfinals. We may need you to put your
protection,
helmet on.
Yeah, you will need
Buckle up.
protection for what you're about ready to hear.
Should wear that to your next men's
I'm
league game.
kind of terrified.
So we have a quarterfinal matchup.
This is the last quarterfinal.
The last quarterfinal matchup until the semifinals. So Lauren will read the ads. Okay, Ben, I want you to absorb the content.
All right.
I will
Feel it.
ask you, after Lauren is done reading the second ad, who you'd like to see move on to the Freak of the Year semifinal. So I think we should get
Okay.
to it. We have the official Craigslist Freak of the Week music.
Yeah, don't let the music make you think this is going to be easy, okay?
It's such happy, innocent sounding
yeah.
music. But this is going to
Now,
be ugly,
just so you
isn't
know,
it?
these people are amongst us. They live amongst us. They're out there. And here we go.
Here we go.
With Ben Bailey, the Craigslist Freak of the Week, our final quarterfinal matchup. Learn, coming at you.
The Candy Factory, man for woman, 53 years old, London. I've always dreamed of being Willy Wonka. Want to tour my chocolate fudge factory? I need your help to make my dream come true. You'll be the winner of a golden ticket. You will be like the chubby child who falls into my chocolate river. Have a big bust and wear no clothes. On the tour of the factory, you will jump into my pool of fudge, and it will be so exciting to see you take a big dunk. Yes, this is my personal fudge. It's sweet. I've been saving up for a while and have even bought manure to help get this river filled. I cannot swim, or I'd be in the fudge as well. If you are lucky, I'll clean you off with the golden waterfalls. Please send picture. Also, no visible scars.
Okay.
Sounds pretty innocent and fun to me.
Isn't that great? Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love candy?
Okay, so this is somebody who we first heard from back in May. We call this person Gene Even Wilder. We named them
It's
too.
another Willy Wonka.
So, yes, Gene Even Wilder. This is somebody who's always dreamed of being Willy Wonka, but he wants to have you over to swim in his own personal.
Caca.
Oh, okay. That's the first one. You're calling that. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
Gene Even Wilder. We name these people just for identifying.
Well, we don't name them.
Yeah,
Our
yeah.
listeners
Our
name
listeners
them. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so there is our first ad, Gene Even Wilder.
Okay.
And on to ad number 2, Craigslist Freak of the Week, quarterfinals.
Plant me, man for man, 49 years old, Newfoundland. I want you to plant me and then plant me. I love plants. Like, I'm obsessed and I identify as a plant. I'm looking for a cool 420 friendly partner who will treat me like their little fiddle plant and give me more than just their green thumb, wink, wink. I want you to plant me in the ground up to my neck and then water me the old fashioned way. Use me as a toilet and make sure that I get the nourishment that I need. You can dig me up and transplant me as I grow. Bury me in all sorts of positions positions. Ass up with my legs and arms buried securely in the ground will leave me at your mercy, and I want no mercy. You can also bury me with only my face and stalk exposed for your pleasure. I want us both to benefit from our horny little garden. Make sure you pull out all the pubies and keep your little fiddle plant tidy. I have a giant cattle trough and plenty of dirt for us. Looking forward to becoming your favorite naughty crop.
All right, that is our second ad. Somebody we've named Robert Plant.
Yeah.
Robert Plant, old Bonnie Plant.
Oh my God, that is real. That's a real ad that
This
someone
is a
put out
real
there.
fetish
These
someone
are-
has.
Could you
These are
email
real
that
ads.
to me?
Yeah. Do you want to take this instead of your Viking helmet?
I have a thing for shovels.
All right, so you've got Gene Evenwilder and you've got Robert Plant. One of these two are moving on based on your votes at our Twitter page at RIZZ Show. One of these two will be moving on to the semifinals. Ben,
What's at stake? Like what? You know,
Just
all the
naming
glory.
rights.
just
yeah.
all the glory.
all the glory.
I think.
You get to go on the memorial plaque over here.
Oh, nice.
That's real.
It stays here. It's an actual plaque.
Memorial.
So
All right,
Gene
so
Evenwilder's
you want me
the
to choose?
The guy who's going to be Willy Wonka wants.
I
you
feel like
to-
Willy Wonka is a little bit kind of run of the mill. Like who hasn't heard that sort of a story before?
It's personal fudge, though.
But Robert Plant, I mean, bury me except for my face and stalk,
That's right.
and then I'm yours to like. I mean, it's hard to beat that, honestly.
Okay, so
All
I'm
right.
going to put Ben Bailey down for.
I'm going to
Robert.
vote for Robert Plant.
You got it.
And I think when whoever takes him up on that ad is done, you just leave him in the ground.
That's right.
Just get in your car and go and leave
There's a
him.
lot of trust here that goes with these ads.
Yeah, the trust is a
my
big part here.
Trust is a big part here. Learn who you're going to go with.
I am also going with Robert Plant because I agree. I feel like we've had the caca story. I mean, it is a little much that he's been saving up and adding manure to his own feces, but you know, Robert Plant to me brings me some sort of freaky joy, and I don't know.
And you're a
happy
big
for
Zeppelin
that.
fan,
I'm a
too.
huge Zeppelin fan. Yeah,
Me too.
Nice.
Moon?
Yeah, this was a dead heat for me, 50-50, except for the fact, the determining factor for me is you're right. One is fully given over. He is so into what he's doing in his particular fetish and need here that he's willing to trust a stranger completely. And that trust has Robert Plant winning for me.
Robert Plant for Moon. Robert Plant for me as well. Rafe?
Wow.
Yeah, it's not 50-50 for me. It's 90-10. Robert Plant pulling his pubes, keep his garden tidy while his stalk is exposed.
Watering plants the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, there's a lot in there that's
not a
very
thing.
it's very specific, and as opposed to Gene Evenwilder, we've had a lot of gross caca
Yeah.
stuff. This
I
Robert
think it's
Plant,
time for somebody else.
Plenty of
It's time
fecal
for-
freaks.
Classy, at least.
I want Robert Plant to have his day in the sun, no pun intended.
Scott?
Yeah, I think the arguments have swayed me big time to Robert Plant.
All right.
I'll go that route.
Now, if you, listen,
This guy's at home with his feet in the dirt. Like, my name is not Robert. My name is not Robert.
it's Stanley. Vote via Twitter at RIZZ Show, and we'll have the winner for you tomorrow. But just so you know, so there was this social psychologist. His name is Dr. Mark Griffin. He is a professor of behavioral studies at Nottingham Trent University. So this guy's got a good pedigree, and he is a specialist when it comes to sexual fetishes. And he wrote an article describing some of the more weird and bizarre fetishes that he's come across. So something called vorophilia. I'm saying these wrong, but vorophilia. Perhaps one of the most high-profile examples of vorophilia would be actor Armie Hammer. Remember, he was into cannibalism, or supposedly into cannibalism?
Yeah, allegedly.
But how do you can't just like have that as a hobby?
Well, so he told a story about these vorophiliacs from Germany. One posted around 60 online advertisements seeking somebody who would agree to be eaten before actually meeting somebody in March of 2002. And this guy who answered the ad allowed these two cannibals to bite the tip of his dong off.
Oh.
And they videotaped it, and they wound up murdering the guy. But that's an actual thing.
Wow.
That's an actual sexual fetish.
Ben, your thoughts?
I'm so glad I got out of bed for this.
Yeah.
So I can have that image in my
Good morning,
head.
everybody.
Then there's
Oh my God.
Then there's a proctophiliacs. Anybody want to fashion against
Proctologist butt.
E-proctophilia?
E-proc. This is digital butts.
Oh, they're putting computers up there.
E-proctophilia is people turned on by farts. And the
So
doctor,
everybody. Then.
doctor told the story of
That's pretty much the whole population. Isn't it?
the doctor told the story of a 22-year-old guy from Illinois who said he was turned on by a girl who farted in school. He told the doctor, "This blew my mind. I knew by simple biology that girls farted, but hearing that girl that I had been fawning on over was capable of such a thing sparked a strange interest in me."
And that gal runs that Cake Farts website.
Yep.
Remember, remember that?
And he said his attraction to farts wasn't limited to women. He learned as a teenager after he and a male friend agreed to settle regular bets by allowing the winner to fart in the loser's face. He continued to lose such bets on purpose every week for 2 years.
Oh, my goodness.
He was secretly enjoying it.
His friend caught on when he bet against the Harlem Globetrotters in a game, and he's like, "Man, it seems like
Are you throwing...
They
prop
haven't lost
bets
a
are
game in
kinda-
100 years.
Yeah, I got the Senators tonight. I
I
think
just
it's
got a
gonna
feeling
happen."
about tonight. Something's going to be.
There is
smelled a lot of my farts recently. I'm starting to...
apodomenophilia. Apodomenophilia.
Apodomenophilia.
These are people attracted and turned on by amputations.
Oh,
nuggies.
Yep, both real and imagined amputation are involved in this particular fetish. Some people need only to fantasize about being amputated or engaging in sex with somebody who is.
With an amputee.
A few, however, have gone so far as to attempt to trick surgeons into cutting off a limb.
Oh, my.
How do you fake that? No, look, I can't move my hand at all. It's going to have to come off. Oh, my arm. I think it's broken.
That needs to come off.
Get out of here, Dave.
So the doctor
Yeah.
says this,
Oh, my God.
this might seem like a type of masochism, but case studies suggest there's no erotic, there's nothing erotic about the pain, only the healed amputated stump. That's what they're turned on by.
That's exciting.
I think that's good.
I do, too.
There's amputees out there that need love as well.
Yeah, and they're probably very self-conscious, maybe, and I like that there's a fetish out there just for them,
I totally agree.
There's dacrophilia. This is somebody who's turned on by tears.
Oh.
By tears. Now, the doc has found 3 subtypes of people who fetishize about crying. There's compassionate types who are aroused by empathy. There's the dominant submissive types that may induce or experience crying amid power play. And then the curled-lipped people, whose focus is specifically on the subject's protruding lower lip. When they cry, like that's
A little-
turned on.
Like pouting.
Trying not to cry lip.
And finally, there's salariphiliacs, which is somebody aroused by the sight of filth and
What?
being dirty.
Pigpen.
So the doctor wrote of one case study, a 58-year-old guy from Australia, who frequently joed in dusty or grimy places,
Ew.
He's cleaning, or
such as a garage or under furniture as a kid. And as he got older, his obsession with muck and garbage grew to partners, though he found it difficult to find a like-minded woman. And his fetish was not only limited to strictly sexual contacts, confessing he was aroused by the gross-out reality competition show, Fear Factor.
Wow.
Like
Thanks,
that
Joe
was watching,
Rogan.
that was watching porn for him.
Yeah,
is
yet another
watching the show,
contribution by Joe
Yeah.
Rogan. to society.
Yes.
watching the show Fear Factor turned this guy on.
Wow.
So instead of Pornhub or YouPorn or whatever, he would just watch reruns of Fear Factor
Wow.
to get himself to.
where's he at now?
Interesting.
I don't know. And
He's
there
a
you go.
janitor. He got a job as a janitor.
Yes.
And there you go, Ben. Now you
He's the
know
happiest
everything.
guy. Now I know everything.
Now you know everything.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
And with that, I know you have to move on to your next gig.
Do I? Do we have to go?
Oh, yes, I got to play my special. No, I was
right.
going to get the.
Yeah.
I didn't even
was gonna
remember.
Get there.
I'm like, oh, right, I have a new stand-up
Thank
special.
God for that.
Ben has a brand new comedy special you can see on YouTube called "Please Tell Me What I Said."
Yes, I do, yeah. It's pretty fun, man. Brandy new. Came out on election day because we figured it was a slow news day.
Yeah.
So check out Ben Bailey and the new comedy special, Please Tell Me What I Said, which is free on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, which is Ben Bailey Comedy. Thanks, man.
There you go.
I can't believe it went by so quick.
I know. Well, we only had 30 minutes with you.
I got to wait a whole year to come hang out with you guys again.
We'll
Yeah.
have better hat wear for you.
Yeah,
next
wait till you
time.
see the thing that we
You're going to have the same hat.
Go see
We all
Ben
know.
tonight at 8 at the Hot Java Bar in the Grove.
Hot Java
You
bar,
don't have
man.
to. You can watch his special, then go see him. You can get all the Ben you want today.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
so much Ben going around.
So
Go home
much
and watch
Ben.
the special again.
Yeah, so at the
And like and share it.
8 o'clock tonight, Hot Java Bar in the Grove neighborhood, part of the Flyover Comedy Festival, flyovercomedyfest.com. And again, Please Tell Me What I Said is free on Ben Bailey's YouTube channel. There he is, a sixth timer. Ben Bailey.
The Rizzuto Show on 105.7 The Point.
All right, welcome back to the program. The Face the Music band today. Now, this is Moon's week. Moon gets to pick all the bands this week that you're supposed to be listening for, and today's band is...
Today's band is Papa Roach.
Papa Roach.
I hope everybody enjoyed Limp Bizkit yesterday. You're going to enjoy Papa Roach today.
So if you hear a Papa Roach song, and I will play one before we get out of here. If you hear a Papa Roach song, open up your Point Mobile app, click on Moon's face, and you have a chance to win $1,000. And you have a chance to co-host the morning show one morning with us. Come on in, do all the bits, the whole thing. Be a member of the show. So make sure you download that Point Mobile app and listen for Papa Roach all day long. And again, I will play Papa Roach before we get out of here. All right, Crab on Celebrities here in just a moment. I know Learn's got a pretty big concert announcement to make at the top of it. But today is November 14th, back in the day, 173 years ago in 1851. A little book Herman Melville wrote called Moby Dick was first published. 102 years ago in 1922, the BBC begins their first radio broadcast in London. 41 years ago in 1983, Stephen King publishes Pet Sematary, his 17th book. 38 years ago, 1986, the movie Hoosiers hits theaters. You know, actually,
Still kind of fun to watch.
Jack Nicholson wanted to play the lead in Hoosiers.
No kidding.
He wanted that
Really?
role. However, he couldn't because of his scheduling conflict. And I guess he was testifying in a buddy's fraud lawsuit against MGM and could not work for 6 months.
Yikes.
Dang.
And Nicholson later wrote to the director that the movie was great. Gene Hackman was terrific, but he says it would have been, quote, a mega hit with him as the star.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
That's our Jack Nicholson. 33 years ago in 1991, Michael Jackson's video for Black and White premiered on Fox. Now, do you remember when this happened?
Ow!
Yeah, it was.
This was a big deal.
It was like a primetime thing, like right? They release it. It was like, oh, everybody's anticipating.
Everybody was watching it. It was an 11-minute video, premiered after an episode of The Simpsons.
This is the one where he turns into a panther.
Yeah. So premiered after an episode of The Simpsons, season 3, the Soapbox Derby episode for those curious. And it actually included an animated Simpsons clip at the end where Bart was watching the video and Homer told him to turn it off. So
That's fun.
the video, remember, also starred Macaulay Culkin. Lots of cutting-edge, at the time, morphing effects. And the extended Jackson dance scene featuring significant crotch grabbing.
Yep.
And that was like it was to no music, right? It was like those shreds videos, like
Just shuffling.
Right.
squeak, squeak.
He was busting up the car. He was grabbing his crotch. That last part of the video was ill-received, we'll just say. Simpsons watching was a family event. Jackson's crotch-grabbing obsession was not. However, the trade-off was most likely worth it to both Michael Jackson and The Simpsons. Both felt like a bigger deal and somehow even more relevant pop culture entities, through their association with it. But it was an event.
Yeah. You know, I always felt sorry for the guy that rapped in that song. Protection against registration in part of the human relation. It's a tough war on a global scale. He's probably like, dude, I'm about to be so famous. And Michael Jackson's like, actually, Macaulay Culkin's going to lip sync your part. You're not even going to be in the
Well,
video.
I think the story goes that the guy who actually rapped it is not a rapper. He was just some studio guy who was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess no harm, no foul then. Someone had to break the news to that. In my head, I was always like,
Can you read?
that guy's probably telling his family, like, yo, I'm about to be on during The Simpsons, during the Super Bowl, Michael Jackson, debut video, I'm about to be on the come up. And then Michael's like, actually, Macaulay's going to do your part. You know, and it's like, what? You're not even going to be in the video? But it's just a guy?
Can you imagine they're all standing around like, excuse me, Engineer Nick, can you read in beat?
Yep.
Why, yes, it's one of my skills. Okay, great. Read this in beat.
He was the
It's gonna be
producer
in a-
of the song.
Oh,
The
really?
guy's name is Bill Bottrell.
Bill Bottrell.
Dude,
Lil
that's
Bill.
awesome.
Oh, Billy
Dude,
B.
he's got flow. Lil Bill.
Bills, beats.
Beats by Bill.
Yeah, and like nobody knew who it was.
I didn't know.
You guys remember in 2009, it was like the VMAs or the Grammys after Michael Jackson had died, and Janet Jackson got up there and did the like step by step to Scream, like it was played on in the background, the song that they did together.
Yeah.
And she did all the moves alongside the video of him. I thought that was really cool.
So the story goes that this guy, he was a co-writer on the song. He said there was a hole in the middle of the song that needed to be filled with something. So he went home and he wrote this rap, and he recorded it. And Michael, not intending for it to be the version on there or him even being the one to do it, Michael Jackson liked it, told him to rap it, and that's it. That's the story.
Wow.
26 years ago, 1998, Carmen Electra marries Dennis Rodman, and they lived happily ever after.
Aw.
God, I forgot they got married.
Now, the nation was shocked when they divorced less than 6 months later. That same day that they got married, the series finales of Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain aired.
Love that
21 years ago, 2003, Jay-Z releases his 8th record, The Black Album, featuring 99 Problems. And that same day, one of the most overrated movies of all time came out, Love Actually.
Thank you. Sucks.
I love that you're in the that sucks camp with me.
It's the worst.
Sucks, that movie.
I'm in the sucks camp with you. It does.
Overrated. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Cordell and Cordell. Don't let divorce take more than it has to. Ladies, gentlemen, people of the point, we are so excited to present to you in 2025 Lincoln Park at the Enterprise Center.
Look at that, Lincoln Park.
Saturday,
You called it yesterday.
August 23rd. Tickets go on sale a week from today, so November 21st at noon. We have all of the details up at 1057thepoint.com. This is huge. I will be there.
So, okay, Gene Dawson is the opener. I've never heard of this person. Okay, so August 23rd. Oh, it's a Saturday. Oh, nice.
Dang.
Looks like the Riz Show will be there.
Nice. Enterprise Center. Huh, you don't say.
Yeah, I see.
So the Zero World Tour. I'm waiting for the. No, that's great. I'm waiting for the AC/DC announcement. Oh, I'm hoping.
I am too.
That should be coming either later today or tomorrow. They'll be announcing their full tour.
I'm going if they
So
come
you think
here.
so?
I'm
AC/DC?
going if they come close. If they do Chicago and they don't do here, I'll probably go there.
Yeah, you
AC/DC?
should.
I feel like
So worth it.
I feel
So
like
loud.
it's also we got to be getting close to the end.
It is.
Right.
It is. It's probably the end right now.
Got to be.
Let's be real. Like, it's probably not going to be. Even the last time they were here,
They were great.
It was great.
I saw them
but
twice.
It's still like, Angus is up there moving a little slower in his schoolboy
These
outfit.
guys in their 70s.
Yeah, but it's nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get that announcement either later today or tomorrow
Yes.
of maybe. And I honestly, I'm speaking. I have no idea.
No, we have no clue, but it seems like it's going to happen.
Oh, I hope. But Lincoln Park's great. That's
Lincoln
great.
Park is so
That's
great.
great.
I'm excited.
Not to take anything away from that.
Megadeth's Dave Mustaine has agreed to pay his former manager $1.4 million to end the litigation over accusations that the band still owed him commissions after he was unceremoniously fired. So Corey Brennan and his 5B Artist Management said that they were hired by Mustaine in 2014 to manage his career and get it back on track. And then in 2023, Mustaine, through his lawyer, unexpectedly terminated the management company, stating no reason for the termination. In a statement this week, Brennan's attorney, Howard King, says that while his client is displeased at having to sue an artist, he was gratified by the settlement payment, $1.4
So he
million.
hired this guy to get his career back on track and then fired him.
Yes, for no reason, allegedly. Yeah. There's a new Queen of Christmas,
Uh-oh.
and his name is Jason Kelce.
Ooh.
Jason Kelce's song with Stevie Nicks, Maybe This Christmas, is currently charting higher than the previous Queen of Christmas, Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You, making him the official Queen of Christmas. So here on the New Heights podcast,
It's
Travis
still
Kelce
early.
Glad he's getting a break finally.
announces with his brother Jason and Stevie Nicks' Christmas song has dethroned Mariah Carey. Listen to
There
this.
we go.
Jason has dethroned the Queen of Christmas. The duet with Stevie Nicks is officially the #1 Christmas song and beat out All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. And I mean, that song is as good as it gets when it comes to Christmas music. Jason, how does it feel to officially be the Queen of Christmas?
You know, I've fought my whole life to be the Queen of Christmas, and the fact that we're finally there is just it's really special.
What's the song called?
It is called...
It's called Maybe This Christmas?
No, it's
Maybe
called...
we
Yeah,
won't
Maybe This
ever play it?
Christmas. We'll never play this song.
Well, I'll give it a little... I haven't heard it.
Oh,
Have you
yes.
heard it?
Yeah, we played it last week.
Tomorrow, maybe a new song from Moon and
Misfits Machine.
the Misfit
The
Machines.
real queens of Christmas.
Definitely a new song. We are releasing at midnight tonight, Punk Rock Christmas Volume 1, 4 songs, 2 new originals and a cover. And we have videos that are being released tomorrow, and we will exclusively drop a track right here on the Rizzuto Show.
Are we all
We'll be
staying
here
up
at
for it?
midnight. We're coming in at
We're
midnight.
sleepover.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
In TV news, Dave Coulier revealed yesterday that he's been diagnosed with stage 3 non-Hodgkin lymphoma, a form of blood cancer. The Full House actor, who's 65, was diagnosed in October after an upper respiratory infection caused major swelling in his lymph nodes. Here's Dave Coulier on the Today Show talking about the aggressive cancer he's battling.
This is B-cell lymphoma that I have. It's a very aggressive type of lymphoma. It happened very quickly. The onset of this growing lymphoma in my groin area was very quick. So I said, something's not right. I have a golf ball down here. And they said, we wish we had better news for you, but, you have B-cell lymphoma. We need to get you into chemotherapy right away.
So 2 weeks into his diagnosis, Dave says he immediately started chemo, shaved his head as a preemptive strike. He opened up about this experience on the new podcast of Full House Rewind with Marla Sokoloff that was just released. And here's another clip of Dave talking on the Today Show as well.
You had a slight swelling in a lymph node in your groin that grew rapidly. Is that what it was?
Within days, Hoda.
Yeah.
It had gone from just kind of, I guess I'm fighting this cold off. This has happened before, to the size of a golf ball within probably 5 days.
Oh, my God.
I hate this for
I
him.
told the doctor, cut it out. Someone had to say it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did
It
he
had
make
to be
the
done.
cut it
Yeah,
out?
at least he asked, can we cut it out?
Cut it out.
Yes.
Did somebody say nodes? Okay.
Okay.
Come
no.
on,
Too far?
Dave,
Yeah.
too-
Sometimes I go too far.
That's right.
Sorry, Dave.
You're an outlaw.
So, and he says, was his prognosis?
I don't know, actually. So he says that he's hoping, sharing his story, hopes to inspire others to get tested early. They think that because they found it pretty early, that he's going to be okay.
I looked it up yesterday, and what we 78% survival rate for
Non-Hodgkin's.
5 years for non-Hodgkin's. So it's never a good form of cancer to get,
Yeah.
but it has a high survival rate. So
With treatment.
yeah.
Exciting. I am so jacked about this new HBO documentary
Me as
called
well.
Yacht Rock, the documentary. Documentary spelled like a boat dock. Here's the promo. Everybody's in this. We're going to love it. Get
Sign
your
me
shoes
up.
ready.
I'm in already.
They got your Michael McDonald's. They got your Christopher Crosses. They got your Kenny
Steely Dan.
Loggins.
Yeah. Play the promo. Let's
They
go.
got your Totos.
It rocks,
Boners.
but it doesn't rock too hard. The singers all seem to be saying, hey, it's going to be okay. It's perfect sitting down dancing music.
Also known as Yacht Rock.
Steely Dan.
The Doobie Brothers, Toto,
Kenny Loggins.
Christopher Cross, Michael McDonald.
Yes.
I expected to be totally forgotten by the end of the 80s.
The term yacht rock emerged from comedy show.
All of a sudden, this new genre we made up started to get embraced by the world.
Yacht rock.
I always thought it was kind of flattering to be made fun of.
I began to see that it was a kind of backwards way to honor us.
Obviously, it made an impression on somebody.
When does this come out?
This is going to be out.
I know it's on Max.
Yeah, it's going to be out soon. I don't have the date. I'm sorry.
Max cracked down last night.
Actually, let me copy and paste this really fast. No, I'm excited. I mean, I think this is going to be really well done. They have everybody sitting down for this thing. and November 29th on Max.
I can't wait.
Not too long. There's been this big resurgence of that type of music.
I know, because of that guy who's been remixing all this really heavy music into yacht rock. I think it's like there's those of us who've been listening to yacht rock since its birth, but then it's like this new resurgence of remixes, I think, are bringing the kiddos into yacht rock.
Is cool again, man.
It is.
I mean,
never wasn't.
You're right, Rafe.
It never
You're
wasn't.
Right.
Damn. Lady Gaga will be in Wednesday season 2. She's currently filming with the crew in Europe. No real known role for her yet, but Mother Monster
Maybe
will be a part of it.
Lady Gaga.
Anybody here see any of that?
Wednesday?
Yeah.
I watched the whole first season.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really well done.
This is my daughter's favorite for a while.
Yeah, I
now.
thought it was very good.
Okay.
Joe Exotic is really wanting Donald Trump to appoint him to something in his cabinet, and so his idea,
Yes.
he sent this from prison, is to possibly have the
Secretary of
president.
Scabies?
No, he wants to be close. He wants to be the Fish and Wildlife Service executive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Well, that would make sense.
Now, Joe Exotic is currently behind bars because of a number of charges, including 2 counts of murder for hire and a number of wildlife trafficking violations. So as of now, his release date is, 2036. So he's probably not going to make it for the Trump presidency again. But, never hurts
Here's
to
hoping
ask.
for a pardon.
Could be pardoned.
Could happen.
Some on the way, for sure.
Speaking of Trump's cabinet, there's a new font inspired by Elon Musk, and it's called Times New Dumbass. And each letter is actually Elon in different positions with his body, so it's kind of like wingdings. It's based on his new habit of jumping up and down like a fool, and some people who made it said, quote, Elon does this stupid X jump all the time, so we took one of those photos, warped it into every letter of the alphabet, and now it's a free font available for download. You can grab it at timesnewdumbass.co.
I want you to send a resume to somebody with that as the font.
Times New Dumbass. Is that Elon Musk? Downward dog?
I'll see if that gets you a job.
Lululemon is getting a magical makeover from Mickey and Minnie Mouse. The first ever collaboration is launching online and in stores today. Some items priced $34, some pants going up to $158, inspired by Disney's original graphics from the 20s and 30s. And you can shop before the collection is gone at lululemon.com. And finally, we must say rest in peace to Piff the Magic Dragon's longtime performing companion and beloved Chihuahua, Mr. Piffles, has sadly passed away. The America's Got Talent alum told TMZ that his beloved Pooch passed away just before his 17th birthday with Piff, crediting the rescue dog for making his act sensational. Here is Piff the Magic Dragon's tribute to Mr. Piffles.
All right, very sad.
I was in Edinburgh doing my first ever hour-long show as Piff the Magic Dragon, and it didn't really work. It's sort of like about halfway through, people kind of got bored of the dragon thing, and I was like, I need something else. I need a gimmick. I need something to keep people interested. And the girl who was running the venue, she had a Chihuahua. My publicist said, you should put that dog in your act. So I did, and it killed. This dog, knocked it out of the park.
Oh.
Now, season 10, Piff and Mr. Piffles got to move on because Neil Patrick Harris gave Piff the golden buzzer in season 10 on America's Got Talent. And so there will be a celebration of life taking place this weekend in Las Vegas.
I think he had
for
the
Mr.
dog
Piffles.
cloned.
Chihuahuas are awesome, dude. They're a lottery. They're a lottery.
Like some are good, some are bad.
Yeah, you
There's
get
a lot of
one.
them.
You get one that's good, and you're like, "This is the coolest companion animal of all time." And then
He's
you get one
pretty
that's bad, and
cute.
you're like, "This is a breed from hell."
Well, Mr. Piffles was one of the good ones, and we
Yeah.
say rest in peace.
R.I.P.
I got a buddy who's
Mr. Piffles.
who's dog sitting a Chihuahua right now, and he's like, "Dude, I don't know how I'm gonna get this thing back. It's like it's the best dog in the house."
Yeah, I think he said that he cloned it.
Really? That's wild.
So
Okay, maybe
maybe
that's
there's a Mr. Piffles too.
evil Mr. Piffles.
Yeah.
It's like Pet Cemetery. Yeah, dude.
Pet Cemetery Piffles.
Little gauge. That's your crap.
Celebrities celebrating a birthday today. Mesa Gooding, that's Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son. He played Chad Meeks Martin in the Scream movies. He's 28. Vanessa Bayer from SNL is 43. Olga Kurylenko, the Bond girl from Quantum of Solace, is 45. Travis Barker is 49. Kurt Schilling, former Boston Red Sox pitcher, is 58. Rev Run from Run DMC is 60. Patrick Warburton, he's a lot of things.
Yes.
He's Putty
Joe
in
Swanson.
Seinfeld. He's the Tick in the live-action series. He's Joe from Family Guy.
You want to hear my Joe from Family Guy impression?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Hey, Peter.
Is that Cleveland?
That sounded more Cleveland. Yeah.
Wait. Hey, Peter.
that was freaking great.
That was pretty good.
That
What
was
the
really
heck?
solid.
I was listening to the Slap City podcast a couple weeks ago, and Rafe, Tina, and Libby Higgins were doing their best Cleveland impersonations, and they both freaking nailed it.
Cleveland.
Dude, do that again.
Yeah, do your joke.
Hey, Peter. No, I was
That was.
hey, Peter.
You got one. You have one. The whole joke is out the window now.
Hey, Peter.
Wow. What if that was really
He's
your
here.
voice? You'd be an entirely different
Hey,
personality.
That's all I can do, though.
I'm done with birthdays. My mind is blown. Patrick Warburton is 60. Laura San Giacomo. Whatever.
You got it.
From this is the Julia Roberts hooker friend in Pretty Woman.
She's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she's 62. Condoleezza Rice, former Secretary of State, is 70. Yanni is also 70.
Man.
Great stash.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, Peter.
James Young is 75. This is a guitar player from Styx. And King Charles III is 76 years old.
Do you have a Yanni? Do a Yanni impersonation. It's me, Yanni.
What's that?
I'm a Yanni. I'm a
knows.
Greek.
A Greeky Yanni.
I'm a Greeky. I'm a
Everybody knows a
Yanni.
Yanni sounds
Hey,
like.
Peter.
I'm a Greeky. All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Cherry Taylor. And today's birthday girl has been in 115 fine films, including Bimbo Bowlers from Boston, Bustin' Loose, Club Les, The Dong Show 1, Ghost Lusters, Goodwill Humping, Hot Talk Radio, Kiss My Grits, in a movie called Raw Sewage, Sexy Sluts from Beyond the Galaxy, and who can forget her role in 1989's Welcome to the House of Fur Pie.
I wonder what that's about.
I was taking a photo with a group of Keishi listeners last week, and somebody kept yelling out "Fur Burger," and I was like,
Is that somebody learn Elwell?
"No, it was not Fur Burger, dude." And I was like, "Oh
Heard that in a long
God."
time.
Cherry Taylor is 72 years old. And that's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities.
That was Big Terry.
You want a fur burger, Peter?
Hey, Peter. Hey, Peter.
That's so good,
That
man.
really came out of nowhere, man. I wasn't ready for that.
809. Emails next. For Papa Roach. Papa Roach all day. If you hear a song from that band, make sure you pick up your Point Mobile app, open her up, click on Moon's face, and your chance to win $1,000 and your chance to co-host the morning show. All right, emails here in just a second. A couple stories for you before we get to that. I think it was Rafe that brought the story up yesterday off the air. The story of the guy that was found dead at the Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
I read a little more into this. So the guy's name was Derek Sink. He was 39 years old. He went to a Planet Fitness last Friday to go get himself a membership. His girlfriend and her daughter were with him. I guess they dropped him off there, or he dropped. He went in and they went to a TJ Maxx that was nearby. Okay. After they're done with their retail therapy, they go back to the gym. They can't find Derek. Now, Derek was wearing an ankle monitor. The girlfriend thought, all right, maybe Derek took off. But they went to the parking lot. His car was still there. However, though, they noticed it had moved over one spot from where they had originally parked. They looked all over the Planet Fitness. They looked at the nearby strip mall where the TJ Maxx was, all the stores, nothing. Couldn't find him. So the next, I think they reported him missing on the Sunday. So that was Friday. Then it was Saturday. They reported him missing on the Sunday.
How old is this guy? 39?
He's 39. Remember, he's wearing an ankle monitor. So on Monday, Derek's probation officer checked the location of the ankle monitor, and he's like, dude, he's still at the Planet Fitness.
Oh my gosh. Or at least the monitor is.
At least the monitor
Let's
is.
go check there.
Yeah, and they found him.
Was it because of the ankle monitor in the tanning bed that?
Well, they just gave away the ending.
Oh.
You gave away the ending of the story.
What?
Lauren, you killing me.
No, I didn't read it.
They
That's what
found him
happened.
dead in the tanning bed.
No.
We knew that.
Man.
No, we didn't know that. We knew that. The
I'm
audience did
sorry.
not know that.
Wait, what? I could have swore you said it at the top
No,
of the
I
story.
didn't. I did not.
I didn't.
I
did not.
Scott's
You're
pulling the
killing
clip.
I did
Anyway.
not say it.
I didn't
He's
hear
dead.
anything.
He was at the Planet Fitness. They did not say where. He was in the tanning bed.
Oh, man.
Sorry,
You
pal.
are kidding me.
Dead.
Dad's dead.
It took 3 days to. I don't know if he was cooked. I think those things have like automatic shutoffs, right? I mean, you can't
Unless they
just
malfunction.
One would assume.
you can't just turn it on and it just stays on. I'm sure you put it on.
It's not like a weight thing. It's just like, we got a body in here. Keep cooking it.
They did not say the condition of the body, but it did take 3 days to find him. And obviously the family has questions like, hey, our loved one has been dead in your tanning bed for 3 days before anybody found him.
They got a great janitorial staff over there.
Well, especially since somebody at the gym reported a foul smell coming from the place.
Oh, Lord.
Holy smokes.
They probably don't have enough people working to actually, because back in the day, you go to the gym, there was like a whole staff to actually clean those tanning beds and get everything together.
Gross.
Now,
this might end everybody's time.
I've never seen cleaner and better run gyms, honestly, than Planet Fitness. Every time I'm in there, I'm like, dude, these things are awesome. So this is a real surprise that nobody had gone in there and, done even just like a basic sweep. Not looking for people necessarily, just like making sure everything is cool and the bed is open or this or that, however they're supposed to be looking. It's crazy that nobody went in there.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah, on a Friday. So he died on the Friday. So that means Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they found him Monday. So that whole time, maybe people were in there.
Do fewer people work out on the weekends than the week?
Maybe
I don't know. The gym I go to is always packed out.
On weekends?
On weekends.
Well, the door's locked from the inside.
Is it a single thing?
Mm-hmm.
When you go into these, like, Planet Fitness tannings, they have, like, if you have Black Card membership, like, they have, like, the little hydro massage tables. It's pretty cool in there.
Oh, maybe so the door was locked and people just assumed it was locked
and
for a
if there
reason.
were, like, shifts, still, you would think at closing, someone's got to be like, why is this door locked? There has to be, like, a checklist at the end. But if it's 24-hour gym,
yeah,
which a lot of them are,
maybe
they're just shift changes, and they're probably like, somebody's in there.
Somebody's in there. The fact that somebody smelled something foul is the part that, like, so that means you got a decomposing body.
Well, I wonder when he died, like the minute it popped on, if it was like an electrocution type of thing. Now he's burning up.
They're thinking it was a drug overdose because he was an addict. They found a syringe in the room with him. So the mom's thinking fentanyl.
That's awful.
Okay, we see what's happening here. So wait a second. So did they say when they think he died? Because that's an interesting question that Learn just posed.
Well, I would assume he died on the Friday.
Yeah, I would assume that too. But I'm saying, like, do they think that he did it right away, or he was there for a number of hours?
They didn't say. So what I'm piecing together is he went to the gym. The girlfriend and the daughter went somewhere else. He went and got drugs. That's why the car was moved. Remember, the car was in a different spot.
Detective Riz. I mean,
Look at you,
man.
know
The car
what?
was in a different
Can we
spot.
not
Batman.
just put Playboy stickers on our pelvises like the old days? Do we have to shoot up fentanyl before we get in the tanning bed? Like,
maybe it helps.
Maybe this just isn't the thing, right? I don't want to do drugs and then lay down and burn.
I would imagine doing drugs and then going into a tanning bed is not good.
No.
Heat.
You're naked.
You're naked. I don't
Molly,
know.
maybe.
But then you're looking at the light going blind.
Yeah.
Oh, they used to scare the hell out of me. My mom used to take me to tanning beds with her, and she goes, all right, look at the wall. Like, I just stay in the room with her. Well, hot-ass
Look at
Jill's
the wall.
single mom.
She Blair Witched you while
here's
she
the
was getting
lesson.
tanned?
Yes.
The lesson here is
I was like this all the time with my hands on my... I was like,
Jerry likes Mama Tan.
That's pre-Jerry.
the lesson here is tan,
Hercules.
then do drugs. Okay? That's the takeaway here, guys.
Okay.
Tan, then do drugs. Okay? Let's be safe out there.
You're
Be
right.
safe out there.
Be safe. Sad, though. And again, just the
Crazy.
found in a tanning bed, and we're all thinking he was cooked, but I'm in all reality, those things have automatic shutoffs.
Yeah, they're like 30 minutes or whatever.
They run
done.
those from the desk. Like, you can't get in a tanning bed and program it yourself at Planet Fitness. They run everything from the controls.
Whoa,
at
it's
the desk.
fancy now.
12-minute timers usually. They're pretty on it. I mean, there could be a malfunction. There's always that possibility.
That's sad, though.
But most likely he just died.
Yeah.
He was his little, like, I know how I'll outsmart. My family will never know. I'll leave. I'll get some drugs. I'll go tanning.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
They'll
a private
never see
room.
me use. I got a
private room.
Yeah.
Private room. All right, before we get to our emails, here's an email from the internet. this actually came into another show that a buddy of mine shared with me. So this person says, I've always loved cooking and experimenting in the kitchen. Through years of trial and error, there are many dishes I've become famous for, like my pastas and my stuffing. And this person says, my family raves about it and asks me to bring it for every event. It's become, and she's talking about the stuffing, it's become, quote, my thing.
Oh.
So this Thanksgiving will be with my husband's family. So I will not be around to make my famous stuffing for the family. My sister-in-law asked me to teach her how to make it so she could make it for Thanksgiving. But here's the thing. It's my secret recipe. It's kind of a personal thing for me. Took a lot of time, trial and error to get it just right, and it feels like the one unique thing that I bring to our family dinners. I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
So I told my sister-in-law this is my signature thing, and I'd rather keep it to myself. She didn't take it well. She got really upset, called me selfish, saying I was being childish for keeping a recipe to myself. She even told my brother, her husband, who's now also on her side, saying I'm overreacting. I said I could make a batch ahead of time, but she said it's best when it's made fresh. Am I being a jerk?
I mean, is she making money from this?
Yeah, you're being a jerk.
I was to say, this is...
You're being a jerk.
Even if it is your thing, you give the recipe, nobody's going to be able to do it as well as you.
Yeah.
And you give it over and you say, this is my signature thing. So when you serve this, you have to say, this is Rosie's stuff.
Right.
That's
right.
fine.
Yes. That's it. Give your anytime this stuffing is served, you give the person whose recipe it is credit.
Yes.
That's it.
I will say, even though I think she's being a jerk and uncool, I think the sister-in-law that then tells you that you're being selfish and all that kind of stuff doesn't need to do that. You just go home and go, your sister is such a dork, such a selfish dork that she won't share this thing. She's all gatekeeping a recipe that she's not trying to make money off of. She just wants to make sure that she gets the credit and the glory at family events. What
I
a dork.
disagree with that part. I think it's good that you told her she's selfish to her face. I'm okay with that. That's what family's for.
Yeah,
So knocking you down a peg.
I get it. Well, not to knock you down.
Yeah,
hopefully to build you
get
up.
off
make
your
you
high
better,
horse.
make you a better
Get
person.
off your high horse. Listen, when I go, whenever I go home, my family sure as hell knocks me down off my high horse.
I know you're still talking about a comment that was made to you 7 years ago, and you know what I'm talking about.
Sometimes we need that.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need that.
Sometimes crazy needs to meet crazy. I've been saying this for years.
If anybody's going to be honest with you, it's going to be your family.
Absolutely it is.
And if you're being a selfish, childish biatch, then you know what? I expect a family member to tell me. Thank you.
Yeah,
I don't trust my family because they're liars.
You expect that, and you can take that, and you take it and you use it, if you will. Some people don't handle that stuff well. It divides.
Well, that seems to be on them.
Yeah, for sure. But then you got to deal with it.
Secret recipe. Get the hell out of here. You probably stole it from somebody else. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
No, she said trial and error.
Yeah, okay.
Took
My ass.
Tons of work.
My ass. You stole it from somewhere else and passed it off as your own. We know the truth. Sally.
You go to her Pinterest page and it'll show where she got it from.
My famous recipe. Trial and error. Sure. Although I do have a great sausage stuffing recipe, which I'm willing to share. And maybe I will. Maybe I will this year.
Share the love.
Put it in the Rizzuto recipe book.
Which is coming out.
2026.
2029.
Recipe.
Yes. Thank you.
It's the
Recipes.
recipe book.
Recipe.
It's the book of recipes.
A secret recipe.
Recipes.
You know, it's funny. I
Fifth edition.
got a little notebook and I keep it in the kitchen. I've been, with all intentions of writing down recipes. One page. That's what I did once.
We need to have some time.
It's like chocolate chip cookies.
I did it once. I forget what I made, but I'm like, from now on, I'm gonna write everything down. And this is gonna be the book. Maybe my kids will get the book.
You should do that.
I'm envious of people that have like old grandma recipes. Like they pull out the recipe box and they have like an old tattered, piece of paper with
It's a great
grandma's
gift.
handwriting on it.
Great gift.
I'm jealous of that. And I want to do that for my kids. Dad's recipe box. I got to one thing. But there's time, though. Unless I'm hit by a bus later today, which hopefully is not going to happen. Okay, so we're all in agreement this woman's a selfish piece of garbage and actually should be uninvited to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
In fact, you know what? Stay home.
Eat your secret recipe alone.
Yeah, by yourself. Let's get to some of your emails. Rizzo at 1057thepoint.com.
Emails brought to you by Kloss Furniture. Lowest prices guaranteed. We have something for everybody. Hey, guys.
Hello.
What's up?
Hey.
Today I was flying from Lambert to Miami on the way to the Bahamas. My wife and I were sitting first class, first row up front. Woo! About 20
First
minutes.
class, first row, huh?
Yeah, pretty nice. About 20 minutes or so into the flight, they turned off the seatbelt lights to let people use the restroom. The American Airlines employees were handing out breakfast when she stepped aside for a man to use the restroom. As I am in the very first seat, I saw something happen. This man reached out to grab the door to the restroom, and then he just went stiff. He fell back, tipped over like a domino. Eyes rolled back in his head, mouth half open, quivering. As I tried to put my items from my tray to my wife's to assist him, the woman was handing out our meals. She leapt into action, putting her knuckles on his chest, rubbing, and after a few seconds, this guy came to and jumped up as if he was attacked. He rushed to the bathroom where I saw him collapse again. She made a call on the phone. I assumed this was to the cockpit. Hung up, and I heard the panic in her voice as she asked, over the entire flight, something to the tune of, is there any medical professionals on board? Please report to the first class cabin immediately. Right away, a woman rushed to the front. Before I could get my belongings off my lap, about 7 to 8 people came running not long after. They monitored him in the bathroom for the majority of the flight until he walked back to his assigned seat. After everything was clear, the staff went about business as usual, avoiding any questions. I looked the man in the eyes. He was so embarrassed. I was enthralled and amazed that there were so many doctors, EMS, or medical professionals on board. It was something out of a movie. 28.5 stars out of 50. Thanks for the show.
We're going to somewhere fancy where people have money.
Yeah.
But he lived one of those movie scenarios. Is there a doctor on board? Is there a doctor in the house?
What do they call that when they rub your chest? The sternum rub?
Bruise maker.
Isn't it the a noogie?
I know there's a term for it when they're trying to revive you. They rub your. You ever have somebody do that to you, like rub your sternum?
I've seen people do it to squirrels.
Like,
like little
there's
animals.
And you guys out there know what it is. It's called something. You take your knuckles and you rub hard on their sternum. It's supposed to rouse them.
Yeah, I just remember my dad. He was on blood thinners and all that stuff, and they did that once to him, and it looked like a war zone went off on his chest. It was bad.
I'm sorry, what?
Wow. When they did, he's a blood thinner, so whenever they did it, the bruises got so severe.
Ah.
Yeah. There was a little bit too much on that.
It's called a sternum rub, dog.
It's just called a sternum rub?
That's all I'm seeing. Central pain stimulus, alternative name. That don't sound right.
Huh. Next.
Let's go to entertainment reviews. Hey, King Scott, you were just talking about Sorrel Brook.
Yeah.
And this was the first celebrity that you met. That's Boss Hogg from Dukes of Hazzard.
A real life legend.
Turns out this guy is extremely intelligent and highly educated, fluent in about 7 languages. Now you know. Best radio show ever, 3 out of 5 stars.
Who knew? Boss Hogg.
Parlez-vous.
Dude, that's awesome. So I met someone smart.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
apparently.
write that down.
And then he was known for being Boss Hogg.
A lot of people saying that this woman with the stuffing, she's gatekeeping the stuffing recipe because it's actually just stovetop stuffing.
Probably.
Could be. Could be.
Okay.
Yeah, your Cheddar Bay stuff.
Right.
You know?
You don't want to be outed.
When I passed off Cheddar Bay biscuits as my own secret recipe.
Which you shall do again.
Yeah, I got a question about this. So when's this?
The 21st.
That's a week from today.
It is.
How many Cheddar Bay biscuits do I need to make?
There's a lot of people that work here. I would say 25 to 50. Somewhere in
50?
Yeah, you're going to need to get a couple boxes of that stuff.
There's like 8 and a
Cheddar Bay billionaire.
And trust, people will want seconds. So even if only, so many people.
Wait.
Thank you, Riz, for doing this.
Okay, hang on.
Someone's got to take out a Cheddar Bay loan. Excuse me, Cheddar Bay Bank.
While you're talking about food, we got a food email. The subject just said shades of Riz and bed spaghetti. And
when I ate spaghetti in bed?
Yeah, and it just said, I just cleared a tub of Dean's French onion dip lying in bed watching UFC reruns. I feel disgusting.
Yeah.
You are.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good, though. As long as you have the dip on your chest. Like if you're laid back and you have the dip on your chest and you're taking Chips and dipping the dip.
He didn't say nothing about chips. I think he just raw
Just the
dogged the dip.
Okay, so each pack makes 8.
Oh, only 8? Each box is only 8
So
Each.
biscuits?
You need
Biscuits are dumb.
6 packs, approximately, for 48
Okay, I'm sorry, it makes
biscuits.
12 biscuits.
Oh, okay. That's a little
Oh,
better.
you're good.
That'll
So I
be
need
easy.
like 3 boxes.
Yep.
4 packs.
You better get going.
4 boxes.
4 boxes.
That's Friday Fire. Right?
I need to make 40.
Or
I mean,
48.
I didn't make 48 biscuits. That's a lot.
Well, you signed
I
up for
better-
this. So
I didn't. You signed me up.
I did, but you know what? We need to
You
represent
chose.
this show, and it's the Cheddar Bay Boys, and so you better get cooking.
You
I don't know
how
what
many
to tell
deviled
you.
eggs I have
Seriously,
to make?
thank you, man.
This man is going to be in the kitchen scooping out.
You're making
eggs.
deviled eggs for everybody.
Yeah,
You're gonna
dude.
buy them. You're gonna make them.
Either way, it's going to be, there's a cost.
What are you bringing, Moon?
Nothing.
What?
No, I haven't. I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Learn is on the party planning committee. This is the company.
He's bringing
This is the
he's
thing-
bringing
this
his
is
energy.
Company
Friendsgiving.
Thanksgiving.
I thought
Yeah.
Riz was covering.
I'm
for
bringing
us.
Hubbard's giving.
I'm bring- I'm
signed up for energy. He is
I'm bringing a dish of energy up, dude.
Oh, man.
What am I bringing? What? Learn. Tell me what I'm
I'm
bringing.
bringing gooey butter cake.
Uh huh.
What would you like to bring?
What's the cheapest thing over at Le Bon Boucher? Let me think.
Oh.
You're
You're
gonna
not
buy
you're not
something?
gonna
Don't you
cook?
owe me? I don't cook, man. I'm
Could you
not
make,
good.
oh, you know what you could make? You could bring some of those mangoes that you like and have a little snack.
You want me to bring a bag of dried mango?
Yep, and just throw them
That's
on the table.
expensive.
Vicky
you know?
says they already
Yeah.
sell Cheddar Bay biscuits made in the freezer section.
Well, thanks a lot, Vicky.
You know what? I'm bringing White Castle sliders.
No, that's mine, you jerk.
Oh, I'm just
I'll
gonna
have to
bring
make them the night before.
Well, we can both bring them.
I hope they hold.
because that's in the freezer thing at the grocery store, right? You can get them frozen.
Yeah, or you can just go right over here, exit down and grab them.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, they're going to be day-old biscuits.
They got to hold. Well, you know what? You want a day old biscuits, Hubbard? You got them.
What if I brought
Okay.
Lion's Choice fries? Just
Yeah.
a tray of fries.
That's nice.
That's not going to hold. That's going to be garbage. They can't hold.
What do you mean? I'm gonna bring
You
them in and
called their
serve them.
fries
Bang bang.
garbage.
It's right down
Bring
there
them
on
and serve
Olive.
them. This starts at 9.
9 a.m.
Yes.
What? Oh, well,
You can't bring a tray of fries.
you're right. That takes it right out. 10:30, I believe it's. when
No,
it
not even
opens.
that. But you can't have fries out like that.
Well, I didn't
they're
expect
supposed
them to
to
be out
sit.
for very long. All right,
right.
fine. The fries
Next.
are out.
Next.
Hello, guys, gal, and King Scott.
Hi.
I have a situation I need advice on. The house next to mine is being gutted and fixed up. There are multiple contractors working on it. Their cars are freaking parked on the street directly in front and behind my house, causing my wife and I to have no street parking. We have a one-lane driveway with 2 cars, and we use street parking so we don't have to move cars as we are both in and out so frequently. Any advice on what the heck I'm supposed to do? I know street parking is free for all, but this has started being an issue, constantly having to move cars when one of us is leaving.
So they're rehabbing the house.
I guess so, next door. Yeah, one of our friends suggested putting a cone in front, but I don't want to come off as confrontational. What would you do in this situation?
And they don't have a
What
driveway.
would you do?
They do have a driveway.
So park in the
A
driveway.
one-lane driveway with 2 cars. So they're constantly shuffling.
Just put a
the things.
cone out. That's fine.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's one. So the work will be. Listen, in the interest of peace in the neighborhood, you deal with it until they're done.
only 2 cars in the driveway.
Deal with it. One day
Yeah.
you're going to have your house done. One day you're going to have your siding replaced or
That's
your
right.
roof replaced. And people are going to be complaining about you.
That's right.
So
Right.
you deal.
Yup.
You deal for a little bit. Okay? Stop being a whiner.
There you
Have
have
a couple
it.
cheddar bays.
Go make some
Go
stuffing.
go make some,
Smash a few deviled eggs. Chill.
and you'll be fine. It's the season for a little more patience.
I don't know, man. I was really irritable. I've been like real irritable this week, and I was at therapy yesterday and talking about how at this time of year, I am just drained dry of performative energy and dealing with people. And then, why do we have the holidays at the very end of all of our, like, I look forward to the remainder weeks of the year that I have off so I can recharge and not turn into a werewolf every day. But yeah.
Speaking my language, dude, the
Yeah.
song that I'm going to show you tomorrow is called Mr. Holiday, and it's because it's a love song. It took a lot of love to make me Mr. Holiday.
I bet.
Well,
This is not I'm not a fan.
you know what's on you.
But make me
It
bring
is on you.
food.
Make some time.
No, I know. I try, but even like the time I get,
Like we're taking 2.5 weeks off.
I know. Oh, I know. It can't get here fast enough.
Okay, we're taking 2.5 weeks off at the end of the year because Christmas falls on a great. I think it's a Wednesday, which is perfect.
It's awesome. But although we will come back like on a Thursday.
Well, it's fine.
It's fine.
By that time, you'll be ready
Restored.
Excited to see us again.
to do this whole
It's not
thing.
even you
again.
guys. I'm talking about just everybody else.
No,
out
I
of this
understand.
room.
So you got Christmas and you got New Year's, and maybe throw a couple other days in there that you have that are holiday related.
Mm-hmm.
You have at least a week and a half to yourself, at least.
Yeah.
Well,
But then people start being like, ooh, let's get together. And so,
Those are the fastest days that I'll ever live, too. Those couple days that I have to myself, quote, the fastest, man. The clock is just sprinting. It's just trying to get me back into something else.
you gotta do something to slow time down, dude. Like, put like a C-clamp on your wiener or something like that. Something
I don't have
that'll
a
make
wiener.
time really crawl.
Yeah. All right, one more.
Your discussion about seeing teachers out in the wild flashed a whole shift of cringe before my eyes. I work in a bar in my hometown, and I went to the school district from kindergarten to graduation, and all of the teachers frequent this place. Not only am I feeling a little weird about seeing some teachers drink, but I'm serving them shot after shot while offering to include me on a round. Oh,
Where's
isn't
this
that
at?
nice? This is whatever bar they work at. This very Friday, 4 of my high school teachers got about 3 shots deep, started grinding on each other
Yes, no. nice,
and their husbands to the song WAP.
cool.
And just about any other ass-shaking, vulgar song that you could Google for 4 hours. I was crawling in my skin, but I do love it for them
Yeah, it is
because
weird.
if anybody should let loose, it's teachers. Anyway, have fun with the mental image of all your teachers acting in this exact manner. Love you guys. Thanks for the laughs.
We were at the Hot Shots in Edwardsville a couple months ago, and there was a table in the back.
Yes,
You guys remember the
I
table in the
do.
back full of elementary school teachers?
Rafe wasn't there that time.
And they were
Yes.
just getting at it, and I was so happy for them.
Mhm.
They would. School was done.
Shots were being done.
Shots were being done. It was like a Friday.
It was great.
It was like a Friday at like 5 o'clock, and they were just sitting back. I could see the relaxation
They were
fall
talking.
upon
They
them.
were talking about this time. They've been looking forward to this in the
Oh.
teachers' lounge for 4
I was
days.
so happy for them.
Me too.
Well, thank you for your emails.
I've been to the Wentzville Hot Shots twice and saw they should get down different out there, dude. I saw a sensual massage at noon. Before kickoff of the first game on a Sunday, there was a guy getting a sensual massage from his wife, and I was like, wow,
Yes.
all right. It's my kind of hot shots.
That's what
Bring
it's all
on the
about.
wings, baby. It's all about love. Tacos and love.
I was just excited about the teachers. You know, the teachers out there in Edwardsville. They deserve it. All you teachers.
Let loose.
Tomorrow's Friday. Let loose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let loose. Hey,
They
you know
party, too. I dated an Edwardsville teacher.
You did?
Maybe she was
partied.
one
She
of
was
those.
wild.
Probably she could have been.
You know what happened yesterday that kind of went under the radar, no pun intended? You know there was a big congressional hearing about UFOs yesterday?
No.
Yes.
Duh.
Did you see you
I didn't follow up with what the results were, but yeah, they presented a ton of stuff.
Dude, Congress heard all this testimony about UFOs, and there were some pretty big revelations yesterday that maybe 20 years ago this would have been front page everywhere, but yesterday this was like page 5 in the newspaper.
What did they establish?
All right, so Congress just dove deep into the mystery UFOs, which now they're called UAPs. So UFOs no more. They're UAPs now, unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Oh,
No.
I thought it was like Cardi B's thing.
What
That's
a-
way
Ariel.
better.
What a terrible rebranding.
This is so stupid. I'm going to forever call them UFOs.
Yeah, I already forgot what you said.
Well, that's the whole thing, is because they don't want you, like, UFOs need a rebranding.
Whatever, dude. They're aliens. The brand is the same whether it was 40 years ago or today. It's an alien. It's a spaceship. David Duchovny, shut your face.
So
Next, you're gonna say Pluto's not a planet.
So lawmakers, and this is a bipartisan thing. This is both Republicans and Democrats. We're grilling these scientists and other governmental people. They say the government is hiding explosive information about extraterrestrial visitors and evidence. And it's all out there, locked behind closed doors. So lawmakers called on the Pentagon and intelligence agencies to open up. South Carolina's Nancy Mace hit hard, accusing the Department of Defense of keeping too many secrets, saying with the kind of budget they get from our taxpayers, the public deserves to know. And others joined her from across the aisle, saying, you know what? You guys aren't being very transparent about this.
Yep.
But aren't the arguments against that? And I feel like we've lost this understanding of the argument against it, where you could be risking national defense. Because I guarantee you, I'm sorry, I won't guarantee nothing. I will take a wild guess and assume that the majority of whatever information is being hidden is not extraterrestrial stuff. It's things that we can't explain necessarily in simple terms.
It's probably a lot of weaponry.
That might be some.
They don't want China getting.
We found something that was going on here, and it turns out to be this military test and
listen
this.
to
That.
this.
You know, there's a lot of
Listen to
national defense stuff.
So they had former Navy Rear Admiral Timothy Gallay testify yesterday that he once got an email warning of, quote, multiple near mid-air collisions with a strange disc-shaped UAP off the East Coast. The next day, the email vanished from his account. He claims this is part of a larger disinformation campaign, an effort to cover up inconvenient truths. He also hinted at an unpublished satellite image of a disc-shaped object taken in 2017, which so far Congress has not seen. And when pressed, he kind of hinted around that we might be dealing with non-human higher intelligence.
Dolphins.
Octopus. It's the octopus. They're from another planet. I love them. They're so smart.
Now, what about this?
Underwater
What about
alien
this
pusses.
secret treasure trove of all this footage? Now, if you thought grainy, UFO videos were all we'd get, think again. A journalist who testified yesterday, Michael Schellenberger, shared that the government has a, quote, huge amount of high-resolution visuals and data on UAPs. Not the blurry stuff we've seen, but hundreds, maybe thousands of crystal clear images and videos. Imagine what's locked away and we're not able to see.
I know.
Dang.
Right, but imagine if you have like an enemy of the state like we did throughout the entire Cold War, which is, by the way, when all of this stuff really started going, right? And you don't want your enemy knowing what you do or don't know about what they're doing in the air.
Actually, they had some guy testify exactly that.
Come on, man.
They actually had some guy out there saying
dude,
exactly that.
Think step 2 or 3. Like,
They had
zoom
a guy.
out.
They had a guy actually say, like, "Hey, man, if we do have this stuff, we don't want China getting it."
Right. Well, just imagine, like, okay, let's say during the Cold War, you have an enemy that's testing out a whole lot of stuff, and all of a sudden you kind of come across a little bit of it. You don't want them to know that you know or know that you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you keep that stuff to yourself. There's a good reason that this all raised and started getting real crazy and secretive and UFOs during the Cold War.
And is it true that Clownvis testified yesterday? Because he has a picture of a...
He does have a picture of a UFO.
That's
He
right, by
might
the
have been there.
Chesterfield Mall.
At the Chesterfield
And
Mall,
he's not... I don't
Has he
think he's
released that
becoming
picture?
forthcoming.
Yeah.
Has he released that video?
He did on his Instagram
Were
immediately.
there any
He's got more information.
definitive being contacts? Just all unidentified ships?
Listen, this hearing is another hint that UFOs may be more than just science fiction. All these whistleblowers coming forward saying they've seen stuff. They're saying we have alien technology. We're trying to figure out what's going on with it.
Yeah, I believe all that.
So Lazar's right.
That's great. I just don't...
Who's Lazar?
Bob Lazar.
Lazar, dog.
Oh,
Dude,
that's
he
Area
broke all
51
this
guy?
stuff open.
Just don't think it may be the smartest thing to just up and
George Norrie.
just tell everybody.
Are we able to handle it?
Yeah.
Never mind that. Are we able to handle the fallout of whatever we're...
Well, if we find out, there's probably also a general fear amongst governments that if we all found out there was an outside alien race, that we might become unified as human beings and drop all of our nationalistic tendencies, and we would be harder to control as a populace. Just saying.
That'll never happen.
Could possibly be some of that going on, where it's as long as we're worried about China and Russia and all these other countries that are a threat to us, we don't kill all the billionaires. And
I don't know, man.
crazy, man.
I don't know,
You wanna
man.
hit this, dude?
I don't know, man.
You know they got a spaceship that runs on water, man?
Hey,
I don't know, man.
if Men in Black is happening, if there's some for real, like higher intelligent aliens, and they're here, or they're, quote unquote here, and they're kind of watching us.
Yeah.
Do you want to know? Do you really want to know?
I do. I want to be friends with them.
I mean,
You just want to befriend them?
But all you're going to do is know that they exist. You're not going to know
I would love that.
why
What they
they're
do.
here, what they're doing.
People wouldn't believe it anyway. Even if they come out and are like, "This is happening," because that would fly in the face of
We're doing it right
religion,
now.
and it would make believers go,
you go.
"There's no God,
on
possibly," because what do you mean? Or did God make the aliens? Like it would blow up everybody's views.
If he made us in his image, who the hell are
is
these
that?
people?
Exactly. So even if we do find out and they tell us, "Yep, it's real," people will not believe it.
Some will, some will not.
Yeah,
It's just
but-
like
but-
anything right now. Nobody believes crap.
But beside that point, you do want to know?
I do want to know. I'm one of these people that I have been fascinated with space my whole life. Me
too.
And I love it.
Well, I'm glad you're keeping up with this then.
You don't
I
think
know, I didn't
also-
know
you don't
that.
think this could
The
perhaps
UFPs.
You don't think this
UAPs.
could perhaps
Or what the
add
hell?
to your see, it's a horrible rebranding. You can't
So
remember.
stupid.
You don't think this
Macaroni in a pot.
You don't think
UAP.
knowing that and only that would perhaps add to your anxiety issues?
No, because I'm anxious about humans. I'm not anxious
now
about.
throw aliens into the mix that possibly are here to kill us.
I mean, it's nothing less than a random guy in an alley walking by me. I mean, I just like.
Listen, somebody
It
on the
doesn't make me more
feedback
nervous.
says, the whole Maui on fire story kind of went away quick. Maybe it was an alien attack.
Oh, yeah?
the laser thing because the blue.
More reason to
buildings
go to
didn't burn.
Hawaii.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It makes sense.
Yeah, but we also have a lot of.
You're thinking about it, Moon.
No, I'm
You're
just,
thinking about it.
I'm just smirking.
You're thinking about it. That whole Maui
well,
story
I think
went
it's
away
more
quick.
with the idea of these smart cities they picked.
I don't
want to
hear it from you.
Okay. But the dimensions, we have numerous dimensions, so there's going to be a lot of things that we probably can't even see with our regular sight. you
Right.
That's
know?
right.
There's the
Got it.
spirit beings that are out there. And
What was the thing that the Phoenix Lights or whatever? That mayor just came forward and said, like, he straight up had conversations with the government. It was like, hey, we got to make this seem silly. So he had an alien come out at the press conference, and this is in like the 90s. But all these people, including the mayor, like, there were spaceships above Phoenix. Everybody saw them. And then the government came in and said, hey, people are going to freak out. You got to, we have to dispel this rumor. You got to make fun of it, make it seem silly. So if people come forward, they feel
But what's more
they're going
like
to be chastised for being silly. And he's come out in the last 2 years and be like, yeah, 100%.
that makes sense. I mean, I'm saying
The
like,
FBI came and told me how to handle it.
but what's more likely? The government telling you to hide that because they know of some aliens and they don't want you to know, or because there's
Stealth bomber,
some military thing that has to do with national defense and they want you to go along with the silliness.
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
just which one is more likely? And I'm not saying like one is true or not. I don't.
Who
freaking
knows,
know.
man? But my whole point was there was this big hearing yesterday in Washington before Congress, and nobody cared.
Page 5.
Everybody's off their
Nobody
phones.
cared.
Crazy, dude.
Nobody
well,
cared.
I'm interested in what Kelsey's up to.
Yeah,
What if-
but Jason Kelsey is
Jason Kelsey
singing
put out a Christmas song.
Christmas
Yeah.
I need to
The
know what
new
he's
queen
doing.
of
This is
Christmas.
far more
Listen.
important.
Keep up work.
What are we listening for today?
Papa
We're
Roach.
listening for Papa Roach today. And I promised you I'd play a song.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do that right now.
Great.
Here's a Papa Roach song. Open up your Point mobile app and tap Moon's face. Ben Bailey earlier this morning. He'll be at the Hot Java Bar in the Grove today at 8 o'clock, part of the Flyover Comedy Fest. We have the Sklar Brothers on tomorrow. The Sklar Brothers
That's
making
awesome.
their return to the show. St. Louis's own.
Been a long time.
It has been a long time.
They were on before I was
They're back,
part
baby.
of this show.
Where are they tomorrow?
Tomorrow, they're doing a show called Tag It at Hot Java Bar. I'm on that show, actually. And then they are also doing the Sheldon. The show Tag It, they sit on stage and you tell jokes. They have comedians come out and tell jokes, and they're so quick, they'll give you, like, extra punchlines. They'll be like, hey, you should add this to your jokes. It's kind of a cool show to watch because you can see how the sausage is made a little bit. And then on Saturday night, they're doing their actual
big show at the
stand-up
Sheldon.
show at the Sheldon, yeah.
We're going to play just the two of them, just the two of us with them tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Twin edition.
And we're, twin edition. So we're going to have them go. I want to do a round or two of just them
Uh-huh.
to see if they better match all five of their answers. They're
You think?
twins.
Yeah, they should.
They finish each other's sentences.
I'm going to ask them very
Sentences.
personal things too. Which of you is the smarter twin? I'm going to ask them stuff where they have to name themselves.
Okay. All right, that's tomorrow with the Sklar Brothers. What time? 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
All right,
Sklar Bros. Good dudes, too, man. Love those guys.
Too bad they're not here on National Pickle Day, which is today. That's right, National Pickle Day. A lot of pickle fans could celebrate. According to one report, more than 67% of all households eat pickles.
Love pickles.
Your pickle family?
Pickle family.
Pickle family here, too.
We're an extra pickle family. Everybody's always asking for extra pickles on everything.
On average, the average family purchases pickles every 53 days.
Okay.
This is awesome.
But here's the question for you. When you're out of pickles, or maybe even before you are, do you ever drink the pickle juice straight from the jar?
No, I
Of
do
course.
Used to. I don't know why that turns me off now, but I.
Why did you used to?
Because I thought it was just I couldn't get enough. I couldn't
It's
get enough.
such a good. I still drink it.
You do?
Isn't it really good for
Weirdo?
you? No, I
It's
think there's-
vinegar.
Oh,
It's
it's
got.
good for your gut.
Yeah, it just depends on what it is. It's not bad for you.
I just don't like the idea of all sorts of little fingers in there. It's finger juice.
Maybe that's what
people
turned
going
me
to
off.
grab.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
I did have
pickles are coming out of the same finger juice.
So it depends on the pickle juice. So I did have an experience, and this might be a contributing factor to why I stopped. There are some that have like the I guess it's dill, like the full on like stalks.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I got one of those, and like I was like choking on a Christmas tree branch or something.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like, "Ugh."
No, when I was in college, I worked for a dry cleaner, and one of the spots I had to go to was a pickle plant. And supposedly the vats are just open in the air, and so they would have all kinds of critters that would get in there and die and all this stuff. And it was, but they were used for fast food across the country. It's one of those nice things. So I'm like, but I'll still
So
drink
they'd
it.
be
Whatever.
open vats outside, just things would crawl into them and just die.
Yeah, because the vinegar is strong enough; it kills all the. Supposedly, it kills all the bacteria and everything, and so it's not a big deal. But
You ever seen the American Pickle movie where Seth Rogen falls in? Where the guy falls in and he's preserved for like 100 years and meets his own grandson because he's
No.
a pickle vat.
What?
What movie is this?
I think it's called An American Pickle. It's based on a short story. I love this writer. His name is Simon. I'm going to say Simon Rex, but I know that's not it.
An American Pickle. Seth Rogen. 2020.
hilarious.
The short story, Simon Rich. It's very. He has great books. of short
72% on the
stories and
Rotten
essays.
Tomatoes.
It's funny, man.
Preserved in pickle brine for 100 years, Orthodox Jewish factory worker wakes up in New York City and tracks down his great-grandson.
So they took Forever Young with Mel Gibson. Where
I was about to say, he looks like, out of the movie Yentl, but it's a 100-year-old Orthodox Jewish guy.
You guys ever see Forever Young? Such a good movie.
About the pickle guy?
Is that what
Flies
Helen
through the
Hunt?
air.
It might be. Maybe Elijah Wood. There's like a kid in it, and he finds Mel Gibson, who's just woken up. He was like a part of an army experiment, kind of like Idiocracy. You know how Idiocracy starts off like a military experiment, and he gets lost or something like that. It's like a real version of that, like a love story drama.
Well,
version.
Forever Young. Wow, look at it. 1992, a very young Mel Gibson.
Yeah, who's the kid? Is it Elijah Wood?
Elijah Wood.
Dude, yeah, it's good, and
Elijah Wood, Mel Gibson, and Jamie Lee Curtis.
it probably doesn't, it didn't live well just because they were talking about like a lot of the technologies in 1992 and how they was such a surprise to this guy from the 50s or whatever. Because at one point he makes a phone call and you see him and he's going, sir, sir, let me, and then he looks at the phone and he goes, this guy just yelled at me to leave a message and squealed in my ear. And it was like a answering machine reference. Because answering machines had just kind of come on the scene.
So it's Mel Gibson, it's Elijah Wood, Jamie Lee Curtis, Walton Goggins.
Oh my goodness, really?
George Wendt from Cheers.
Dang. I love that movie.
Anyway, back to pickles.
Yeah.
Okay.
26% of people admitted they do drink the pickle juice. And one person said, "Who drinks from a jar? Ew, pour it in a cup, you animals." Yeah, straight from the jar. It is also not just National Pickle Day, it's also National Spicy Guacamole Day. Not to be confused with regular guacamole day in September.
I almost celebrated that.
They're getting
instead.
so specific with these holidays. So, a Business Insider asked a chef from Mexico City to name the top signs you're at a bad Mexican restaurant, or at least not a great one. Here we go.
Okay.
And the quality of their guacamole made the list. So, red flag number one, the guacamole's pre-made. The best places make it fresh. In a perfect world, it's done tableside. Dude, tableside guac, man.
Nothing like it.
Red flag number two, the salsa is cold. Salsa loses its flavor when it's refrigerated, so it's a sign they don't know what the hell they're doing, or they're making it in huge batches and saving it overnight. Salsa should be warm or at least room temperature. Red flag number three, you're at a bad Mexican restaurant. Tortilla chips are thin and brittle. Thicker chips are a sign they make them with fresh corn tortillas. Red flag number four, they just updated their menu and added birria. It's the Mexican stew that's gotten trendy over the past couple of years. Everyone's doing it now, but not everybody does it well. It's a sign they're just following the trends. And red flag number five, it's not just a Mexican place. They've got sushi, they've got pizza too. They're probably not doing any of that stuff well. And my own red flag I put in there, red flag number 6, when you're waiting to use the bathroom, the line is 20 people deep. Yes. That's my own little red flag I put on there.
It's your brown flag.
All right, let's real quick do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And your news being sponsored by
Energy Stars Heating and Cooling. Look to the stars and schedule your fall maintenance today.
So a new storm could be problematic late hurricane season. Forecasters think the storm, which we're now up to the S's, the S names for the storms. Anybody see what this storm is named?
Sara.
Skeeter.
No.
Sara, really?
Sara, yeah. They're saying Sara might become a stronger tropical storm by the end of the week. Residents of Central America, southeastern Mexico, Cuba, and the Cayman Islands, Florida, and the Bahamas should keep an eye on Sara. I mentioned this before. The FAA has banned the U.S. from flying to Haiti for the next 30 days after a Spirit Airlines flight headed to Port-au-Prince was hit by gunfire on Monday. A flight attendant was injured.
They've had a couple, 2-3 issues down in Haiti recently.
Well, they just got a new prime minister, and that's all. There's all sorts of problems down there. The damaged plane was diverted to the Dominican Republic. Officials say the shootings were part of rampant gang violence in Haiti. So for the next 30 days,
Yeah, remember they took over the airport.
You ain't flying into Haiti.
That's a bummer because the prices are really cheap right now.
To go to Haiti?
Yeah. Ugh.
Hey, when you're traveling for the holidays and your airline inevitably loses your bag, you might have an easier time to get it back. Apple announced a new feature that will allow you to share your AirTag location directly with the airlines. So you have AirTags, right?
Yeah, I don't. I lost one or two. We had one on the dog, and I had one in my guitar case.
So tracking your bag by tossing an AirTag in has become a popular, thing since they debuted back in 2021. But there's never been an easy way to share your info in real time. You could see where your bag was, but the airline can't. So the new feature is called Share Item Location. It'll be an option for iPhone users in Apple's next software update. It lets you securely share the info so someone else sees what you're seeing in your Find My app. So Delta's already partnered with Apple on it, and 14 more airlines are ready to jump on board with this thing. Delta spokesperson said they'll roll the feature out at select airports for the holidays and plan to have it working everywhere by early next year. So it should be able to help the airlines locate bags more efficiently and effectively. That's good news.
Yeah.
Back to talking about that former Florissant police officer who was stealing nude photos of women.
Yes.
That's right.
So the former Florissant police officer accused of stealing nudes of women during traffic stops is now officially facing federal charges. Julian Alcala facing 21 federal charges. 20 women say he pulled him over. The women then gave their phone to Officer Alcala because that is where their insurance info was. The officer then is accused of taking the phones back to a squad car, taking screenshots of nude photos, and then sending the pictures to himself. So that 21st charge, by the way, is obstruction of justice. He no longer works for the Florissant Police Department.
Yeah.
So now it's gone federal.
I'm glad those ladies are getting justice.
20. Anybody see this new building they're going to build in New York that looks like a paperclip?
Yeah, it looks awesome.
It looks like a paperclip. What do you mean? Which type of paperclip? Like Clippy or?
See if you could find.
It looks like the Dyson fan.
Yeah. So there are a lot of strange buildings throughout the world, and there are a lot of hyper modern designs. But New York City may be building one of the craziest ones yet. So there's a building proposal for Manhattan that's being called the Big Bend. It has an upside down U shape, and it's hollow in the middle.
It's like a tiny arch.
So tall.
They want to make it an arch. It's two buildings that connect on an arch on the top.
It's an arch, but not like a wide arch. It's a thin arch.
Yeah, it's like a trippy arch.
See, that's the Dyson
It looks like an upside down paperclip.
Upside
Scott's
down magnet.
We could kick field goals through it. It's going to be fun.
That is crazy.
So
looking.
there are big windows.
At least it's not phallic.
Up each side, even across the loop at the top. And to navigate it, there would be elevators that can operate around the curves.
Interesting.
And this would just be the most absurdly tall building. I mean, the way that they have it presented here, it's twice as tall as
Oh, it
anything
will
else.
be the biggest building in the world.
Oh, okay. So they want to beat that.
Actually, it'll be
Burj.
I'm sorry. If it's built, it will be the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere.
They want to beat the Burj Khalifa?
The Burj Khalifa will still be the tallest. This will be the Western Hemisphere version of that.
Okay.
2,000 feet high. It's a couple hundred feet taller than One World Trade Center.
How long does it say this will take place?
The Burj Khalifa building in Dubai is the world's tallest building at 2,722 feet high.
Dude, you know who's stoked right now is elevator companies, elevator operators.
Well, you get that contract.
Well, but I'm saying if they have to build one that does the, across the loop or the arch or whatever you want to call that, like that's going to be.
So you're saying Biotis stock right
The
now?
builder says it would be one of the most prestigious buildings in Manhattan. They also note that it would fit within New York's tight zoning restrictions, which makes it challenging to build new skyscrapers. Some people are like, this is going to ruin the skyline.
Oh, please.
What do you mean ruin the skyline?
It looks cool, man.
Yeah, what does that even mean? It's going to ruin the skyline? Who cares?
New York's got an iconic skyline.
Sure,
I think all the
but-
tall buildings have ruined it there.
Yeah, it's like when I think of New York, I think of the Empire State Building. I think of the Twin Towers that are no longer there. That's it. I don't think
Now
of
you'll
anything
think of the
else.
paperclip.
Fine.
Yeah, it's just a mismatch of buildings anyway. What
Right.
does it
Who
matter?
cares?
I don't think it matters.
Well, overlooks Central Park too.
Yes,
that part of it.
It's where would be called Billionaires Row,
Right.
where there's a lot of very expensive real estate. It would overlook Central Park.
Right. And I think that's what a lot of people are saying, like being in the park, looking up and seeing this monstrosity. Can't be worse. Dude, did you see the building? You guys have seen this building they built, like by Barnes Jewish Hospital?
Oh, yeah. The glass building?
Yeah, it looks pretty
The
cool.
bamboo one?
That ugly ass building?
Are you talking about the glass one? It's like all
I love
windows?
I'm talking about the one that's like a zigzag shape.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
it's kind of like a
Oh, that thing's
Asian.
god awful. Are you kidding me?
It's
I think
buildings.
it's super cool. It's
I
just
don't want them
unique.
looking the same. I like when things look
Yeah.
different.
No, but man, that one's
I never know. Listen, I know what
ugly.
you're talking about, but I never got, ooh, that's an ugly building.
Which
I always
one
just
you
thought
talking
it was advanced for St. Louis.
It's the hospital
man.
down by Forest Park.
It's like a bunch of luxury.
On the west or on the east side of
Yeah.
Central West.
And it was
looks
built
like
2016.
I don't know what's
17.
there. Is it housing?
Yeah, I think
Or is it
so.
part?
I
Is it
think
part of
it's
the hospital?
Mix. No, it's not part of the hospital. But I just think
I don't know.
it's pretty fascinating. It's like a bamboo.
You know what? Here's the thing. I don't spend enough time down there to care, I guess.
Yeah. Who gets upset about how something looks like that? As
Rafe
long as
Williams.
it's well
Rafe.
done. It's not like it's all dismantled and
Enjoy your
haggard.
view from Ellisville.
What? You don't even live near
like
this
that's an
place.
insult.
I live on Kings Highway.
Dude, I live by some of the weirdest architecture ever on Manchester. So
It's the same thing.
You know how
on
many
Morgan-
split level homes are over there?
Yeah. It's the same thing on Morganford. They built this like condo building next to the 7-Eleven, and they used. It's like gonna be played out in 5. It's like the agreeable gray shiplap.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
It
like
will
it's,
be out
it's
of
a
style
trendy thing. It's
soon.
gonna be out of style in 5 years, and everyone's gonna be like, these buildings are ugly
Right.
because they don't have any kind of like charm about them.
It's a timestamp of the times, though. You know, we'll look at it in 50 years and go, oh, remember when Joanna Gaines was just shiplapping the hell out of this place?
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. Moon's got a quick sports report. Just a couple minutes left. Let's do sports. All right, Moon, what do you got?
Sports brought to you by Jack and Coke, the popular cocktail, now available in a ready-to-drink can. After 18 years of the ballpark's fabric panels failing after Hurricane Milton, that came into Tampa Bay, and the Rays, they do not have a home field for the 2025 season. So
They say it's not going to be ready.
Yeah, not going to be ready. They had a lot of this damage. 412-page assessment report states that it's going to take $55.7 million to repair Tropicana Field, and the fixes will not be finished until the 26th MLB season. So that storm screwed that whole thing. The field's already set to be demolished in 2028, so officials will soon decide if the repairs are even worth it. Whoa. So they may not even go through with it.
Oh, just get a new stadium.
Tampa Bay wants the team to stay to stay close next year, so it's likely that the Rays are going to play their home games in like Clearwater, Sarasota, Lakeland. There's a couple fields in different places they can go there. Mauricio Pochettino and the United States men's national team face Jamaica, arguably the toughest matchup of the CONCACAF Nations League quarterfinal favorites. For Thursday and Monday matches this international break, the Yanks go to Kingston for the first leg and host the Reggae Boys in St. Louis, a two-legged affair that will send either the U.S. MNT out of the tournament or keep alive its bid to win 4 straight Nation
playing at
League
City
crowns.
Field?
That's right.
Jamaica's Energizer Field.
That's right. Is it officially Energizer now?
Yeah.
Let's see. Jamaica has a strong squad. They're getting even deeper under the coach, Steve McLaren, Premier League veteran, expected to lead the Reggae Boys to the 2026 World Cup.
Reggae Boys!
Reggae Boys. I don't know if you guys saw this, but this just came out. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce's Kansas City area houses were burglarized last month.
What?
During a game. According to Cass County Sheriff's Office documents, they obtained the burglary at Mahomes' extravagant Belton, Missouri estate, which, by the way, it had a bunch of pictures of. Holy crap, he's got a football field there and everything.
I read a little into this.
Wet bandits.
So they're saying it's probably an inside job.
Well, maybe. It seemed to be a ring of burglaries throughout those neighborhoods. You're saying inside job as in like somebody with a team?
Like somebody associated with either Travis Kelce or Patrick Mahomes, they're thinking. Because one of the bodyguards, I guess, that was at Mahomes' house said there was no forced entry or anything.
Oh, really?
Like somebody knew how to get in this place.
Well, here's some of the information. The report was made around midnight, October 6th. Currently unclear if anything was taken from the Mahomes case. They're still investigating that. But in the Kelce break-in, police report stated that his home was broken into around 7:33 p.m. Monday, October 7th, shortly after Monday Night Football kicked off.
Yeah.
And according to the document, $20,000 in cash was taken, at least. His back door was damaged. Sources say that they believe that the two burglaries may be a part of a larger crime spree that was in that area. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're not ruling out any inside stuff.
And they made sure to say that Taylor Swift was in town, and they did not stay at his house after.
Where did they go?
They went to a hotel.
I don't want to start rumors, but she was wearing a ski mask that night. I'm not going to start anything, no. I'm not that kind of guy.
We made mention earlier that Jake Paul has purchased diamond-spiked ear protectors for the big fight tomorrow night. Apparently, they cost him $100,000 each. He wore it to a press conference and said, I'm not getting my ish bit off on Friday night. So it was a throwback there. And they'll probably be a part of the $1 million outfit that he's said to be wearing to the ring. Hard to believe that Tyson is intimidated at all. Riz showed us a video earlier of him reacting to a Jake Paul, trolling, I guess, a little bit.
Are these actual things that just go on his ears?
Yeah.
They're not doing headgear, right?
No, it's a thing. There's no way he's going to wear it during the
That would hurt.
It's just a shtick kind of thing. Moon and That's Your Sports was doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
All right, one final break. We'll come back, and we will wrap her up. All right, that is it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Today's clip of the day is sponsored by Michael's Flooring, and today's podcast is titled
Ben Bailey has a thing for shovels.
Yes. Ben Bailey.
I thought
the old
for sure
six-timer.
Secretary of Scabies was going to get in there today.
Secretary of Scabies, Mel.
I just want to give you credit, dude. It's one of the funniest things you've said in a while.
See Ben Bailey tonight at the Hot Java Bar, 8 o'clock, part of the Flyover Comedy Festival. Tomorrow we'll have the Sklar Brothers here. All right, Moon, what else you got?
Hey, do me a favor and follow The Misfit Machine on Instagram, and then it's at Misfit Machine, YouTube, youtube.com/@MisfitMachine. That is the band name that we're going by now instead of the Punk Rock Machine. We do the Punk Rock Christmas and Punk Rock Disney, and tonight at midnight, tomorrow we put out the Punk Rock Christmas Volume 1 EP, 4 songs, 3 of which... We have videos dropping on that YouTube, one of which will drop for tomorrow. That is the first single. It is called Mr. Holiday. I think you guys are going to freaking love it.
We'll play it
The video is
tomorrow.
awesome, by the way.
The video is so fun, and I'm really excited. I have not been this excited for music release in some time, and I'm stoked. So follow those things that I asked you to, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Learn.
You can follow me at Learn Versus Radio. We have some 2025 Les Narrows dates that are dropping. Like, you wouldn't even know what's going to hit you. And you need to be abreast of the situation. And so Learn Versus Radio is where you can see it all. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Learn. Rafe.
I am Rafe Williams, and Flyover Comedy Festival starts tonight in the Grove. Come out. See shows. If you got wristbands, after party tonight, dance party at Handlebar, STL. Tomorrow night, there's dance party. Hazard to Your Booty is playing Atomic Cowboy.
I love those guys.
Those guys are great, man. They're some of my best friends, and they always bring the energy. And then there's a Saturday night dance party at Hot Java.
In my pants. What?
So, hey, man, come out, see shows, and then come meet all the comedians at the after party. It is a fun time. It's a fun festival. I hope I see you guys all this weekend.
All right. King Scott.
Yep, go to all these exciting things and follow me at King Scott Rules.
All right, we leave you with a selection from our Teamers Remember the Day, brought to you by Hot Shots. Catch Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul tomorrow at all Hot Shots locations. Get ready for fight night and find a location near you at hotshotsnet.com. Excuse me. From Highland, Illinois, Rose Jench is our Teamers Rose. And Rose wants to hear this song. Here it is. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Energy up.